I didn't think of a frickin' desire.
I think I've got one.
I don't know.
Pretty sure mine today is just gonna be survive.
I made that exact joke earlier.
Live for another night. Oh god.
Try not to fucking beef it.
I'm looking at you, Cat. Yeah, you see what you did here? He just ran away. He doesn't like it when
He knows. He knows he's being called out.
I hate this cat. I hate him.
Matt!
Yes.
I need you to do something that we forgot to do at the end of last session that I think is going to be very important.
Okay.
We need you to make a remorse roll for your stains.
Haha!
Oh, I don't feel that.
Wait, did I have to do that when I got a stain?
You did, and you succeeded.
Okay.
That is the only other time we've had stains in the game so far.
Hog.
Is it the same as a Oh, excuse me. Same as a rouse check?
No. You have 6 humanity, correct? Right?
I marked it down to 4.
So
'cause I have
the
2
stains
so-
markers start at the opposite end of the tracker, even if they're not filled in. So you should have 6 humanity, and then 2 stains on the opposite end, and then 2 blank spots in between.
Right. Okay.
So those 2 blank spots in between are going to be the number of dice you roll for your remorse roll. You just need a success. And then we make your stains go away. And if you don't get a success, you're going to permanently lose humanity.
Oh, good. Well, luckily I rolled 1 8 and 1 3.
All right, you've rolled 1 success, so you can go ahead. You have fully remorsed those stains. You feel sufficiently bad about them. Is effectively how the game systematizes that.
Okay.
So those stains go away. And you don't have to worry about them until you get more. And because I have been forgetting, our tenets, our chronicle tenets for this adventure are be civilized, death only to the deserving, and do not commit self-negligence. Which I need to remember, because I probably need to be giving people stains more frequently. So, with that said, Silas, you have just woken up to the smell of smoke.
Are we recording?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I hit
Just
the
wanted
button.
to check. Okay.
Yeah, I hit the button. We've been live for 3 minutes.
Got it.
Okay.
Um,
Cool. Yeah, smoke.
Yeah, you've just been woken to the smell of smoke, and you can tell by the way that your body is that it is not night yet. Like, it is not the time that it is supposed to be night. If you have a moment to take a look around and check like a clock or something,
He has a phone.
it's like he has a phone. Okay. It's like I'm gonna go ahead and say like 7:30, 8 p.m. like Twilight Hours. We said this was
season?
fall.
Okay.
Ish. So, like, yeah, it is Twilight Hours. It is not dark yet. But it's also not fully sunlight. And Vanessa was yelling at you to get up. In, like, a hushed kind of yell, I think. You have the presence to note that something is burning above you. And Vanessa is very concerned about that. But nothing is on fire in your immediate area.
I guess my question is, just smelling smoke, how heightened is like the natural instinct?
Unless you have powers that state otherwise. You know that something is on fire very close to you, and that Vanessa is worried about it.
Okay. Because I know that like seeing fire, you like want to run away from it.
Correct. It can provoke a frenzy potentially.
Okay. So just smelling smoke does not do that.
No, not currently. It was enough to get you to startle your beast enough to wake you up. Which is what that is the humanity roll we did last session.
Okay. All right.
I would actually like you to make a wits awareness roll. Just to kind of get a better grasp on the situation at large.
That is 3 successes and a 1.
Okay. 3 successes means 3 pieces of information. We discussed that because the area you've been hunkering down in is effectively an old bomb shelter underneath one of the like line houses.
Mm-hmm.
There is a powerful heat emanating from above the hatchway. You also hear boots, heavy stomping, some sort of crash. There's definitely people around up above you, and you hear the squawk of radios.
Okay.
Very like police, military sounding radios.
Okay.
Vanessa is like ordinarily, Vanessa's very good in moments of adversity. She's very good at keeping her calm. She's very good at managing her stress level to be able to do something and know what to do. She is panicking. And is beyond being able to warn you, is kind of frozen in inaction.
Silas, I think he kind of like jumps up. I don't know if he I don't know what his sleeping situation is. I don't know if it's just like a bed in a darkened room. I think we've talked about it, but I forget.
Something like that. That's reasonable to me. Probably like a cot.
Yeah. Yeah, he like jumps up and is on his feet. And goes to his like I assume he like has like a little well, it's not little. But he has like the best thing that I can think of to describe this is like, you know how in movies when people like unpack sniper rifles,
Sure.
they have like those like suitcase things. I think Silas
like a
has
hard
one
case.
of those.
Yeah.
Silas has one of those, but it's like sword and bow length.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, like they have like a hard case for a compound bow, basically.
Yeah.
And so also, it has a sword in it.
Yeah, you know, we had to fashion something.
You got like it was a compound bow hard case, but you got like it's slightly extended, just so you can like fit an extra sword in there.
Yeah, exactly. Carved out a little bit of the foam for it. He grabs the sword, and what is we're in concrete, right? Like we're encased in concrete,
basically.
Okay, and the only thing that's wood is what is above us, or the entryway rather.
No, the entryway is like a metal door.
Okay.
Would you like to know a thing about fires in indoor locations?
I know that when you expose them to more oxygen, it has the potentiality to blow back.
Yes. Additionally, if your ignition is above, the hatch is by no means airtight, and you need ventilation, obviously, because it's an underground bunker. So if an underground areas, when buildings on top of them are on fire, if they heat up enough, they will flash burn, meaning that like literally the concrete will set on fire. And it happens very fast. And the fun thing is, it's much hotter than burning wood.
Huh.
So you're safe right now, but like. And you don't know anything about the conditions going on above. Like, maybe whatever's above you burns out before that happens, or maybe underground the bunker is a ticking time bomb.
Yeah. Oh my god. I think in this moment, like, Silas and I are the same, because I'm thinking, what the fuck do I do? And I'm sure he's thinking, what the fuck do I do?
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I think he like looks at Vanessa. Actually, I think he like grabs her by the shoulders,
Mm-hmm.
to like try and like ground her a bit and be like, you know, shake her out of this frozen state, and be like, "Do you have your shotgun?"
Yeah.
All right, go get that. I will scout the door, see what's up. We are probably not safe to stay in here.
She grabs her shotgun somewhat shakily.
As he's like moving to the door, the exit,
Mm-hmm.
he looks back at Vanessa and is like, "We're gonna be all right."
She just like silently, shakily nods at you. Actually, go ahead and make a composure leadership, composure persuasion.
I'm gonna do composer persuasion.
All right.
Your boy ain't got no points in leadership. That is.
How hungry are you, by the way?
I am not.
All right, you drank someone last night.
Yeah, that's why I had stains. Oops. That is 2 successes and 2 ones. Which seems about right for the situation.
She doesn't freak out anymore. She's not like calm or ready, but she's not freaking out any more than she was before.
What can I'm forgetting also, like, the door leads outside, right?
So, what we'd established before is it's basically in the backyard of a row house, underneath like a large shed.
Okay. Can I tell? I'm wondering, just from the door, is the metal hot to the touch?
It is warm, not quite searing.
Okay. So what is above us is on fire.
Likely.
Oh my god, how do we do this? I'm assuming I can't really hear anything above.
Not anything more than I have told you.
Okay. Oh wait, so they are in the shed. Okay, all right.
They are above you.
Okay, what do I have? Let me think, let me look. I'd like to open this door.
Okay, please do. Yeah, it's not particularly difficult. You swing it wide open. Now... Oh, the book fucking lied to me. Sorry, I was looking up a specific bit. As soon as you open the door, you're on a timer. Because now the agents above you know that someone is there. And you have some amount of time to react. And also the things around you are on fire. You can see that you are in the shed that has the door in front of it. There is a shotgun blast-sized hole where the doorknob used to be. There are exactly two, like... They look like full kit SWAT dudes, but their outfit looks more like a fireman than a SWAT team would. Like, these people were clearly prepared to be in fiery conditions. And the entire house in front of you is on fire as well. And you swing the door open, and you've got, like, one person swings around with his gun, and he just kind of goes, "What the fuck?" And you have a moment to react. Vanessa is right behind you. What you're gonna get a turn. You're gonna get to do something. Then I'm gonna have you make a frenzy check because you are surrounded by fire and sunlight.
I'm not sure how to do what I want to do.
Allow me to help.
I guess my first question is there just one dude in front of me, or is there a couple people?
There's one dude, like, in the shed with you, and there's one that you can see, like, right outside nearby who hasn't really got a handle on things yet. But, like, there's one dude in the shed who has for sure spotted you.
Okay. Well, I apologize in advance. I'm gonna do something horrible.
It's what the game's for.
So I'm looking at my stuff. I'm looking at Fortitude, which says add fort to coercion intimidation. I'm looking at Protean, which says +2 to intimidation. Those are both for the first dots. I'd like to add as much intimidation to me butchering this man in the most gruesome manner I possibly can with a longsword.
Sure. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's strength intimidation.
Okay.
If that makes sense to you. You said, so it's those are the abilities you have in Fortitude and Protean?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make sure we're giving you all your right benefits.
Fair enough.
Because this sounds awesome.
Yeah. I also don't have a lot of space on these.
Because if I remember correctly, Fortitude is the one that keeps you from getting hurt.
I think so.
Do you have written down which ability in Fortitude you have? Which discipline?
No, I just wrote down.
Oh, here it is. Unswayable Mind. Is that the one you took?
Potentially. Add fort to coercion, intimidation, seduction.
Yep.
Okay.
So
probably...
user adds their dots in fortitude as extra dice in any roll made to resist.
Resist. Okay.
Coercion, intimidation, seduction, or any attempt to sway the user's mind against their will.
Okay.
And then Protean.
Yeah, that one says ignore sight penalties +2 to intimidation. That's what I wrote.
Oh, and that's for Eyes of the Beast, right?
Mayhaps.
While active, the user ignores any sight penalties imposed by darkness, including the supernatural. While active, the inhuman appearance of the eyes converts 2 bonus dice to intimidation pools against mortals. This is definitely a mortal. So you're basically trying to fuck up this dude and use the fucking up of that dude to intimidate the dude outside.
Yeah, and any dudes
and any
in the
dudes,
vicinity.
general dudes in the vicinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be hard.
I assume. Yeah.
If you would like to, you may blood surge, meaning you can rouse the blood, and you just ate.
I would like to do that.
To give yourself 2 extra dice in, that would be strength.
Yeah.
Please go ahead and do that.
Rouse is just 1d10, right?
Yeah, it's just 1d10, and we'll see if you succeed or don't.
That's 10.
Awesome, you succeed. So you don't get hungrier, and the thing happens.
I'm rolling 9 dice.
Okay.
So, wish me luck.
Fun thing about bulletproof vests is that they're not stab-proof vests.
They sure aren't, are they?
No, they're not. Different material.
That is a lot of successes.
Ooh.
That is a lot of successes. Out of 9 dice, I got 5 successes. Only 1 10.
That seems good. Yeah, I think my difficulty was between a 3 and a 4. So, yeah. So this dude like turns around, and is just like, what the fuck? And then I think your sword goes in the bottom of his skull and out the top of his skull. If you would allow me to maybe narrate a little bit, you may also describe this if you would like to.
Oh, I mean, I was thinking this was like a really like horrifically brutal sort of thing. Like this guy loses limbs and his body is cut in twain in ways that nobody wants to see.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like just like horrifying.
It's the Witcher way.
You just keep cutting.
Yeah.
I think maybe the worst way that this could go down is you keep cutting and he keeps not dying. Like arm, hand, through the arm, midsection, guts, and he's just screaming.
Yeah, I assume because I am gangrel, I'm also like
yeah. If you would like to, absolutely. Yeah, that will. Well, so you succeed at doing that, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that the any agents in the vicinity, who have line of sight on that, meaning immediately the person directly outside, but potentially others, are gonna be panicked, roughly. Because you're a vampire and they're immortal. They're immortal. They're not immortal. Now's the part where you need to make a frenzy check,
right.
Because the fire around you and the sunlight is already starting to sear your skin.
Perfect. Great.
And I was just trying to look up the rules for that, and it is hard.
We could just skip that too, you know.
No, we do need to do it, in fact. Come on. Come on. You're literally gonna make me search through all the frenzy. I was gonna look this up beforehand, and then things occurred.
A lot of things
There's a
occurred.
lot. This book also just does not fucking make it easy.
Is it actually on page 219, or are you lying to me? There we go. Willpower. Against a difficulty set by the storyteller based on the level of provocation.
Okay.
Provocation. We're looking at Fear Frenzy. Inside a burning building. Would be difficulty 3. I will also add that there is an additional option, if you would not like to roll the Frenzy check, which it sounds like you don't, called Riding the Wave, which lets you control your character during the Frenzy for 1 turn. But you do Frenzy afterward.
And what does the Frenzy do again?
The beast gets to control your character.
Oh, I like this. I do have a question really quickly. I did use a willpower last session. Does that return this session?
You regain willpower equal to your composure or resolve, whichever is higher, up to your maximum.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And your maximum should be your composure plus resolve.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Oh boy, that's such a tantalizing offer, is to let Silas just go fucking hog wild. Part of me is like, this situation is so fucked that I think that almost makes sense. But I know, like, nothing that I do here is going to be good, right? Like, if
This is a fear frenzy.
Right,
which means it is going to be self-preservation based above all else.
Yeah.
Terror frenzy, apparently, is the technical term.
Tomato.
Also known as Rotschreck. Apparently that's where that term comes from.
The only problem is Vanessa might die if I frenzy. Like, that's a real possibility.
Extremely possible.
So I would like to not frenzy, so let me do that check. It's willpower plus...
It's just willpower.
It's just willpower. Oh boy.
How many dice you got?
5.
You need 3 successes.
I did get 3 successes, exactly.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't frenzy this turn.
This turn?
Yeah.
Oh no!
Don't know what to tell you, bud.
Oh fuck!
Excellent. So, this man is butchered, and the Second Inquisition agent outside has shit themselves. Maybe literally. And is like yelling. They have dropped their weapon and they're like scrabbling at the ground trying to get away from the shed. And you have another moment. Also, I'm going to give you a stain. How do we... Stain or 2 for that. Death only to the deserving. Well...
Roll 1
He's
to
trying
2.
to kill me.
Flip a coin.
Flip a coin, 1 or 2. And the other one... Yeah, that's the thing. It's almost justified, right?
I mean, they did try to burn everything.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
I think Second Inquisition bad.
Second Inquisition pretty bad.
I think they bad.
Okay, cool. Then all right. Second
guys.
Inquisition murder is totally okay as far as our game is concerned.
I mean, It kind of is justified.
If we need to get into it, you'll see things that the Second Inquisition does, and I think I'll agree with you. So that's whatever. I will say, I think Be Civilized is definitely broken here.
Sure.
That's definitely up in the air.
I think that's definitely. So I'm gonna give you 1 stain.
Okay.
For that.
So if I had killed him cleanly, I wouldn't have taken a stain there.
Yeah, probably. Honestly.
Okay.
Also, Vanessa's gone from panic to just kind of like shock.
Horror.
She's like under you on the ladder to get up, and is just like she's got the shotgun slung over her shoulders, and her limbs are just like shaking. You've got a turn.
So, if I step outside, am I just gonna burn?
Burn, yes. Die, no.
Okay.
The sun is being tempered enough right now that you will take some damage, but if you can find cover fast enough, you will be okay. Long term.
How much smoke is there?
A lot. There's a fire department on its way, but it's taking a long time to get here for some reason. Almost like it was planned. I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay, so the building in front of me is on fire. The guy in front of me is crawling away,
Yes.
I assume.
Mm-hmm.
The mentor is still on the ladder, unsure of what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling kind of stuck. Are there more people outside still, or?
Depending on where you go and how. Like, there are definitely other agents on the grounds. At this point, you can try and, like, jump a fence and get out of here. You can try and call a ride. You can try and get into the subway. Like, at this point, it's just, like, running. And we can just turn that into dice, if you would like. Like, basically, at this point, making an escape without more agents seeing you. Like, if you want to try and get out without people seeing you. If you just want to get out as fast as you can so they can't follow you. And all of that's going to be harder if you choose to bring Veronica with you.
May I remind Matt of something? Yes.
Please.
I will just remind you going forward in this whole running away sequence that Sal, in the train, on the way home from that party a couple sessions ago, did tell you where they live, and that you're welcome there.
I did forget that.
You do also kind of belong to Sylvia now. So you have options.
Like, there are options. It just, however you do it, could end up very...
Yeah, just bring the Second Inquisition right up to Sylvia's doorstep. It's a great idea.
The thing is, you absolutely could.
I think I will. I think that's a great plan.
Let's do this, baby. Let's do this. I'm ready.
No, I think
So you're really ready.
I think what's gonna happen is, does the guy that I killed have like a pistol or guns or anything on him?
Absolutely. He's got a rifle with an underbarrel grenade launcher.
That's a lot.
Incendiaries, specifically. It looks like they don't carry much ammunition on them, but they carry a lot of incendiary grenades. And yeah, just like a sidearm, a standard issue sidearm. It's like a Glock. Relevantly, unmarked. No agency symbol, no badge number, no identifying markings.
Has Vanessa climbed up the ladder yet? Or is she still hanging there?
She's still hanging there.
I'm gonna offer her my hand.
She takes it.
I pull her up, and I look her in the eyes, which are still glowing red.
They are.
And I say, "Go."
Okay.
And then I jump back down in. Because I
Underneath?
forgot something. Yeah.
Okay. What are you grabbing?
I forgot my bow.
I mean, we can just say you have it if you want.
Oh. Okay. I mean, I would actually prefer that, because then I don't have to...
You can just have it.
Okay.
I kind of assumed, like, you grab your loadout, your equipment.
In that case, I tell her to go,
Mhm.
and I break a sprint.
Okay. Are you trying to be stealthy or fast?
Fast.
And you're not taking Vanessa with you?
I'm not waiting for her.
Okay. Let's see how good she is at running away. Alright. Alright, so you take off. Where are you going? And you said fast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Dex. Athletics. Larceny. Stealth. Survival. Streetwise. Pick one.
Dex Athletics.
Okay. You are just trying to hurtle through the back alleys of Chicago as fast as you possibly can.
Yeah, essentially.
I'm going to go ahead and add to that and dodge any agents as well as you can.
So that's a double 10 and 4 successes.
And 4 successes?
Yeah, so it's 2 10s and 2 successes.
So 6 successes total.
Yeah.
You fucking go. You tell Vanessa to run, and then you, like, basically vanish as you start sprinting down alleyways through things. You do see, like, a couple agents covering the alleyway. One definitely fires a shot off at you, and the other one fires an incendiary grenade behind you that, like, lights the alleyway up. But you just run past it. You are going to take 2 aggravated damage from sunlight. Where do you go? And I'll let you get halfway there.
I go to the subway.
Okay. As soon as you get underground, you no longer feel like your entire skin is on fire. Like, comforting cool, but you can see just, like, the worst sunburn you could ever possibly have. Like, if you know how the fun effect in, like, film when, like, the tape of film burns?
Mm-hmm.
That is what your skin looks like.
Okay.
But you're underground. And very obvious. Currently.
That's fine. I hop... you know how they have those little railings that stop you from, like, going into the
like, down to the
station?
tunnels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hop that and just keep moving.
Sure thing. You run past, like, one homeless lady and, like, a couple rats. You hear boots behind you. But you're long gone before they're they're near anywhere that they could see you.
Okay. I
hear some confusion. Like, it sounds echo down the tunnels.
Yeah.
You hear some confusion. You hear people going like, I don't fucking know, right?
I think at this point, like, I would, like, pull out the bow and find, like, a little spot that first of all, I'm not going to get illuminated by the train.
Sure.
Second of all, that if anybody decides to come, that I have vision on them so that I can just snipe them from afar.
With the bow? Sure.
Yeah.
Intelligence stealth?
Man, I like 5 dice today. All right. That is... Oh, yeah. That's 1 success.
Okay. You set up. And I'll let you know how that goes.
Poorly.
The things you wanted out of that were to be able to see people coming, to not be illuminated by the train, and to be in a position where you can attack people if they come for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you one of those 3 things. You can either be able to attack people if they come for you, you can either know where they're coming, or you can be well hidden.
I say let's do well hidden.
Well hidden? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sylvia,
Hello.
when we left off, and you, and to a lesser extent, Sal and Sister Constance, you had just been informed that by Sal that the Second Inquisition has a presence in
my territory.
Correct.
Yes.
My question is, would you like to pick up there immediately? Because what is happening to Silas happens immediately the next evening.
Yes. I think I would, just for one thing I would like to do.
Please.
Which is quite literally contact the cobweb.
Okay.
And I want to let every single Malkavian know this.
Okay.
Second Inquisition is here. Hide.
I'm gonna quick check.
Please. I'm willing to roll whatever is needed to. But, like, her big thing right now is kind of above all else is...
You have 3 dots in the cobweb, right?
Correct. Yes. That she just wants to let every single one know, because above all, Malkavians are like her children. More than every other person that she has as her child.
Two options. Maybe
Okay.
more, if it becomes interesting. Either this is just a message, right? Because you have conversations and control over the cobweb. Or we use your 3-dot ability, which says once per story. Which is you doing effectively the same thing, but having a lot more weight to it.
I kind of like that. I mean, this is sort of a big thing.
Yeah. Like,
absolutely. Once per story.
So
though.
we don't have that
Does that
super
mean, like,
defined.
Does that mean I can only use it this campaign?
That's the implication, but I think
Okay.
if it goes long enough that we've, like, had an arc, I'm willing to say, like, alright, cool, we've refreshed this ability, basically.
I would like to think that this is an arc.
Oh,
pretty,
certainly.
Like, substantially.
Yeah.
So, then yes, I think this is substantial enough to do so.
Okay, absolutely. So you just put out the call on the cobweb for all... Are you reaching out to, like, just your area, or all Malkavians in Chicago?
Part part of me wants to do all Malkavians.
Okay.
The thing is, she doesn't want to tell Sun because obviously, but like it
You
would have
could
to
exclude Sun if you wanted to. I am okay with saying that.
That'd be really funny.
Granted, Sun's
just
also
has a
connected,
block.
so it would kind of be obvious that you reached out to all Malkavians
was about to
except
say,
for
it's like-
Sun.
You reach out to everyone, but then you also have to add the addendum, don't let Sun know.
Right, because
P.S.
like
Sun's a
Alex
bitch.
knows, like all the other Malkavians that are close to Sun would probably know.
Mhm.
But I'm okay with saying, like, if you wanna make that statement, I'm completely fine with that.
I think it would be like honestly, it would just bring some more negativity between the two. But she also doesn't fucking care.
Yeah. All right. Sure.
She believes she has like a good enough pull that she can just kind of talk her way through that.
Yeah.
Also, it's just very fucking funny.
It is a
um,
power move.
Exactly. Every once in a while, people do things in like socially in Vampire that are just a real political power move, and that is definitely one of them.
Mhm.
Especially since it's one that like no other clan will understand. Like every other clan will just be like, "What the fuck are you talking? What? I don't get why this is such a big deal to you." And Sun's just like, "You don't get it."
It didn't include me in the group chat.
the group chat of every other Malkavian in Chicago. Yeah,
There are,
absolutely.
like, outliers, I'm assuming too, but most likely there's like they're only in the city.
Yeah.
For like that one farmer Malkavian out there, like that single farmer.
I think they're pretty okay where they are currently. But,
Just making sure.
just making sure. Yeah, as soon as you do that, you
I think-
feel like the overwhelming... There is a little bit of a panic, but like Malkavians are kind of used to this.
Yeah.
Not on such a scale, certainly, but they know when they're not wanted, and they know how to make themselves disappear. Not quite as well as the Nosferatu, but they know to make themselves scarce. So yeah, you do. And I think as a result of that, you actually get several from your area coming to Tartarus.
I expected as much.
Yeah. I want to say maybe like less than half a dozen. I've got a D10. 4.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll give them names later.
Mhm.
But they're regular attendants of your Elysiums. They hang out a lot. Like these are known entities.
Yes.
And they're just like they basically understand that this is the safest place for them because they don't have other places to hide, and all the other Malkavians have places to hide.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gladly takes them in, gladly houses those that have come.
It's
But, like, she vet through every single one that came in.
yeah.
Like, herself, she vet them.
It's... I want to give some weight to activating this ability.
Please.
For the first time in a very, very long time, the cobweb is much more quiet than it normally is. And it's not because they want to be, it's because they're afraid.
Yeah. Probably the first time she's had, like, peace and quiet there in a while.
It's from hollers and screams and laughter to just whispers.
Mhm.
Worried, quiet, curious, scared whispers.
Yeah.
And I think most vampires in Chicago with auspex, like literally, so Sister Constance, having pulled on a thread, a cobweb thread, even at this point, like with auspex, it's just unsettling. You don't know why or what, or even, like, it's almost imperceptible, but just something is fucked, or weird, or quiet, or... It's like when you realize the room is too quiet.
But you don't
She probably won't even be back to the church yet. If this is happening, like, right after...
Yeah, like, immediately.
Yeah, then... Yeah, she's just confused. What in the world? Odd. Shiver. He's back to the church. Spooky.
Sal, is there anything you want to do while you're still here?
No, I think Sal said her goodbyes, I believe, already.
Mm-hmm.
I think for first thing she does is going to essentially get out the phone and text Anita. So, thanks for the info. You good? Like, we'll later text safe and all.
I hope.
You know where to call. You know, you got my you got / gave me my number if you need if you need to reach me.
I gotcha.
I got people we can hide amongst.
Okay.
Alright. And at which point Sal is going to call up her friends, as in her herd, skater friends.
Sure.
And would just like to, I guess, blend in with them as she goes home in a way. Like, call them up for a meetup, like, hey, let's do some cool skating, but with the ulterior motive of, I'm going to, in case there's anybody around, I'm going to hide amongst my friends.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think you need to make a roll for that. I think that's just a good cover. And they're not actively... Why would they actively be looking for you? Doesn't make any sense.
Not me, but just if they're poking around Sylvia's domain specifically. Yeah. And while we're actually doing that, can I make any sort of perception check for people who are kind of skulking around at night? Or like...
Yeah. Just looking for oddities?
Yes.
Sure. Please do.
What sort of role would that be?
Traditionally, it's been wits awareness. I'd also give you wits streetwise.
Ooh, I like wits streetwise. Let me just get my dice roller. And let's see. I'm currently, at this point, at 2 hungers, so... Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 3 successes.
Okay. You notice... You figure out who would give your group trouble pretty easily. That's just part of living in Chicago. Knowing when to cross the street. And... You see a van parked that's a little weird. Not like the normal van weird. Like, you notice it's got like a weird antenna off the top of it. You don't think it's a cop car, but like it'd be pretty hard to tell either way. Unmarked, just all black.
Let's see. I think I'm gonna point out a possible, like, rally of friends and say, all right, drinks on me if anybody can ollie and hitch a ride on that van.
It is parked currently.
Oh, ollie and do a grind on it.
Sure.
Do a sick trick on that van.
I think someone's just like, yeah, dude. And like basically just like knocks into the van and puts like a solid scratch down the side of it. But there's nothing. No one like hops out or anything. You just put a big scratch in the side of a van with all blacked out windows.
All right.
Unmarked van is now marked.
Yeah.
That's all I need, I guess.
Awesome.
Remember the van.
Remember the van. The following evening, when you start waking up, Sylvia, you're the first to get whispers about it.
Alright.
From the network, that there's been a fire.
Oh dear. Let me make a rouse.
Yes, please do.
I am not on roll 20. That is my first mistake. Let's go to P-Sona. I'm gonna roll my own D&D. Because no one is here but me. 1d10. Boom. 10!
Nice, you don't get hungrier.
Kinda wish I was, though.
Constance, you get it from a couple of the other sisters who watch the evening news. That there's been a fire fairly nearby.
Wait. Do we watch TV? Is that a thing that we're allowed to do?
I don't know if you do, but a couple of others do.
Oh. Is that a thing that vampires are allowed to do? Watch TV?
It's a good question.
Technology.
Yeah, it's one of those newspapers. Yeah, I do think newspapers allowable. It'd probably get a couple.
Although that would be a very fast newspaper.
That'd be
an insane.
Well, so this is genuinely.
No, it was the night before.
It was.
Oh,
Wait, that night before, meaning this morning, if that makes sense, because it happened like maybe an hour or two ago.
Right.
Which is why Sylvia's getting whispers. And no, you point out you make a good point, which is, and this is one of the fatal flaws that like the Anarchs point out a lot, is that vampire society moves really slow, like as far as information goes. Like, yeah, there has been a fire.
Well, how close is the shelter to Sylvia's domain, which is where everyone is?
It's in your domain.
Oh, then we can probably smell it or see it.
Like they'll definitely notice if you end up going outside. Like there's
still smoke.
Fire alarm, fire.
Oh,
truck. Fire truck is the word.
Truck.
People are putting it out, and there's like there's a little bit of like Men in Black vibes to the whispers on the cobwebs. But to all the people who are actually like there to observe, they don't see any of that. Like the running story from eyewitnesses, if you hear any of them, would be cops, house, fire. That's all you would like get from that. And Sylvia, you don't know where Silas's domain is yet. So
no,
or not domain.
No
you don't know no one as far as I can I wouldn't say no one. But none of you knew where Silas's haven is.
Correct.
You just know that there has been a fire.
A fire, which she
Spooky,
does not trust.
Bad sign. Especially like inner city. It's also weird and maybe a little suspicious that it's like just that house. Although, house fires, this is why we have like fire codes in cities, is to make sure that if something catches on fire, it doesn't spread.
Other.
So spooky, but And that's why, Sylvia, you get some of the whispers of that as you're waking up.
I rolled a 4 on my rouse check, by the way.
Cool, you get hungrier. Does anyone have anything they'd like to do? Otherwise, I do. Anything you need to get to with urgency?
I was just gonna check on people, but otherwise not really.
Sure.
There was, I meant it's in between sessions, but I wanted to talk to Sister Mary.
Please.
Mostly because the last
She's
time
avoiding you.
Yeah. I think Sister Constance would notice that.
She's avoiding you and she won't look at you.
Well, too bad. Yeah, Sister Constance is definitely going to make a concerted effort to... And she's just going to keep approaching her until she just can't run anymore.
I think that's basically what happened. I think you literally corner her. Which, she's not super stoked about. And, notably, she is looking off to your right.
Oh.
Yes?
I only wanted to apologize. I don't take joy in doing such things. It's not kind, and it's not, it's not the sort of thing I want to do.
Let's do it if you don't get your way.
Sister, why did you feel the need to keep secrets? And omitting information is keeping secrets. You realize that, yes?
Then you've told me everything about your life?
If you ask it, I'll do my best to answer. But you are keeping me in the dark about things that regard me.
You knew everything that Mother wanted you to know.
Well, either way, I will temper my expectations of it. I don't want us to be cross with each other. We'll have to be working together anyways. With Sylvia. We need you. This church needs you. I need you. I am sorry, Sister Mary. I do mean that sincerely.
Promise not to do it again?
She'll do a little, cross herself. Promise.
Make a... Damn, you're good at this, too. Charisma persuasion.
Okay. That'll be... 2... Persuasion. Where's my persuasion? There it is.
How to make enemies and influence people.
5, and then 2 of these need to be... Alright.
Before you tell me how it goes, 2 successes and she won't be mad at you anymore. 3 successes, she'll actually continue teaching you blood sorcery. 4 successes, and she might try to repair your friendship.
Okay. I rolled real fucking bad this time.
You can spend willpower to reroll up to 3 dice that aren't hunger dice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that right off the rip. I fucking need her so bad.
You can also blood surge if you want to.
What-
Rouse to give your charisma 2 extra dice.
It's not that dire. It's not that important yet.
Fucking use dominate to persuade.
Okay. Glad I did that. Holy shit. Because that just turned this whole thing around. 8, 8, 10, 8, 1.
That's 4 successes.
Yeah. It was real bad before.
This is not going to happen instantaneously.
Right. Yeah.
Between you and the GM, is this apology genuine? She's going to believe that it is. But is it?
Yes. Yes.
And
Sister,
is your promise?
She... I think she will keep it in mind.
Take it under advisement.
Yeah, the genuine part is that she really does think of everyone as like family, and it feels bad to have any like bad feelings.
She feels bad. It's literally the like, I'm sorry you were hurt by that kind of apology, where you're genuinely you're genuinely sad that she's upset, but you also do not regret doing what you did. If that is that an accurate read?
I think Sister Constance still feels that she was in the right, but she's willing to kind of placate.
Sure. Very Catholic of you.
She's like, we can both be right, I guess. No one has to be the wrong one.
Okay. And this isn't going to happen overnight, but she does finally actually like look you in the eyes and just goes, okay. Let me know if you need a study partner for stuff, and we'll keep tabs on the Sylvia stuff.
Thank you, sister. She'll just go away. She'll just stop bothering her for now. Mm-hmm. Give her some space.
Sylvia.
Sorry, I'm here.
Oh, no worries. Unless you have anything that is going to take your immediate attention.
Nothing.
We're going to do this a little bit out of order.
Please.
You have a visitor in the evening.
Oh, no.
It is a... I assume you're keeping pretty tight... Like, have you actually closed Tartarus? Like, how tight are you keeping the club itself?
Because
that might be more suspicious. Or less suspicious.
I honestly think it would look more suspicious if she did close.
Okay. But you're keeping a pretty tight eye on
quote
attendance.
unquote let people in,
Mm-hmm.
let VIPs in, it would look bad.
So maybe more you're giving your bouncer maybe slightly more strict instructions than usual.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
The bouncers know who to look for, basically.
Yeah.
I think they're pretty good at vetting people.
you get a missive. One of your staff finds you on the floor. It's maybe like 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And just says, I'm going to say your bouncer's name is Tony. I know we have a list of your name of
Tony.
staff, but I like the idea of
Tony is fine.
Tony.
We got Tony from Jersey.
And your staff's just like, Tony says there's someone outside that, I don't know, we don't know. They're not on the list or anything. It's an Anita.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And Sylvia will remove herself and will tell... Oh, would she try to do this, like, out in front of the street? Or... Can she tell her staff to have Anita meet her on the side street by, like, the back entrance?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm also going to post a picture of Anita again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because she fits in with your club's atmosphere.
Oh,
I just think
absolutely.
that that's very funny.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna post.
So you're just like, you're going to the street. It's very funny. Yeah, so Anita's waiting outside. Do you want to meet in, like, literally the alley?
I think literally in the alley.
It's a bigger alley. It's not like the tight house alleys. It's like it's a wider pseudo-industrial area alley. It's wide enough for a car.
Mm-hmm.
And she sees you. I think she gives, like, a full-ass formal bow.
Interesting.
Posture very straight. She's radiating respect.
Oh, God. Any other time, Sylvia would be super flattered, but she is so, like, on edge that she's like, please, I appreciate it, but no need for the formalities here.
I'll skip the titles.
Please. What can I do for you?
I know you got my warning. Things have moved faster than I thought. There was an attack tonight. Looks like they burned out a haven.
Was that what I had been hearing about then, I assume?
Not sure who from, but probably.
Do we know where?
Yes.
How close?
We do. And she'll, like, 60th. 60th and Monroe. I don't know if that's anywhere near the area. Don't look at a map.
Not at all. So, that's fine. That's fine. Just a street.
A street. A street and another. A street and cross street.
Yeah. Perfect. That is unfortunate. I will see to it that Kindred are more careful in my area.
Agreed.
I'm sure that is not everything that you are here to tell me.
If I may.
Please.
This hasn't hit the cam yet.
Correct.
They don't know. They might suspect. They might... If we don't do anything about it, I'm sure they'll figure it out. But... given the right pressure, applied in the right places, I think we can do two things. Me meaning my people. For you.
I'm listening.
We can feed the cam enough information that they just think this was a house fire. Maybe even cop bullshit. Doesn't matter. But not Second Inquisition shit. And we can feed the Second Inquisition enough shit that they think that they got the only one here.
I will tell you right now, the second one would probably be more likely. There's no way that the Camarilla will not find out.
We can keep them guessing, though.
It will only take so much time.
Maybe we think of it not as a replacement, that they never find out, but rather, once they do, they figure out that even if it was a problem, you took care of it. Which I think is a much better option than them finding out and telling you don't know how to handle your domain.
Correct.
I want to work with you on this. I want to work for you on this.
Then what is it that you propose?
Just what I've said. Misinformation, disinformation, and new information. I've got techs. I've got people who are tapped into the right wires. We work on the right channels. We make sure that the Second Inquisition thinks that they're done here and they can go the fuck home. And we keep the cam guessing long enough. By the time they come around sniffing, you've got the situation under control. God knows if fucking Annabelle, maybe even fucking Jackson, had an attack on their domain, they'd shit their ass inside out. But if you got this handled, it's gonna look good.
I'm inclined to agree, Anita. What is it that you ask in return? Because there is no way you are doing this much of a favor for me for free. I want you to lay it out on the table now.
DM face.
Hi.
Reactions. Two options.
Okay.
She answers and you can make a perception check. Or you can make a roll now for the question.
Make a roll for the question?
Right. So
Like
either
roll?
you making like a persuasion roll to try and like convince her to tell you the truth, or listen to her answer and try and figure out whether that is correct.
I'm rolling. I don't trust my other one.
Excellent.
I want to roll.
So,
I would give you either persuasion or leadership.
that's really good, okay.
And then
I will let you choose the attribute. I have the skill, I'll let you choose the attribute.
manipulation
Okay.
or intelligence.
I'm gonna let you choose because those are two different amounts. I'll let you actually choose exactly the skills I'm using.
I'm gonna say manipulation.
Manipulation, and then leadership.
Actually, would you mind going manipulation politics?
I'm fine with that.
Because I think that is
would I be
more...
able to, kind of invoke my high status?
Yes.
For that, because
Sure.
I have like a little written bit.
Absolutely.
So I give me an extra D10.
Yep.
So manipulation politics.
Yep.
So then I would.
Because you're trying to figure out why she would even do any of this.
So then I'm rolling a lot of dice. Then I'm letting you know right now.
Yeah, I kind of figured you would be.
All right, I'm going to roll.
Where's my brouhaha?
Holy shit, that was terrible.
You want to use a willpower to reroll up to 3 dice?
I literally have to. Okay, so I
Well, you don't have to.
willpower. Trust me with what I rolled. So
Reroll up to 3 non-hunger dice.
I don't have any hunger. Right.
Excellent.
That's a lie. I have 2
You have
hunger.
2 hunger.
I have 2 hunger. So that's great. That's so bad. Oh my god. Holy shit. I'm gonna put this in text to voice just so everyone can see it. Just so you both know, everyone knows, Those first 2 die are my hunger dice. I rolled 1s on
You
both.
did roll 1 success, so you don't bestial failure.
Yeah.
You were very, very close to rolling a bestial failure on a 7-die roll, which is nuts.
Is
terrible.
is that the reroll?
No, that's the
Oh.
first roll.
Oh, thank God.
So, okay, so I lose 1 willpower.
Yep, you spend a
3.
willpower to reroll up to 3 dice.
Okay, so it's reroll 3. And, okay. I can do this. Come on. Come on. Alright, that's 2 more successes. So I have 3 successes. And one of them is a 10, but that doesn't matter, because I didn't get 2 10s. So I have 3 successes out of 7.
I mean,
I literally rolled 1 success in the first one.
She's
Oh my
actually
God.
rolling the same pool as you.
Oh boy. Oh, that's
Not
fine.
the same stats, but 7 dice.
Same. That's okay. That's cool. That's fine. If she beats
How
me,
many
she beats
successes
me.
did you roll?
I rolled 3.
She
Kinda
also
garbage.
rolled kind of shit.
we spent all our good rolls last time.
Yeah, so she only got 2.
Damn.
And also rolled 2 1s.
Damn.
I'm not going to spend willpower for her, because I don't think that's
You can, if you want her
I don't
to,
want
that
to.
is okay.
I refuse. I think you're both a little shook
This is kind of a big deal.
by what's going on, and I think that makes a lot of sense.
How old is Anita, if you don't mind me asking?
Apparently, or actually.
Actually. Or, like, at least what generation is she? So I have, like, an idea.
12.
If you don't mind. 12? Okay.
So just like she's like on the same
Too younger.
generation as
Sal, I think? Or
yeah,
Constance?
Sal and Constance and Silas.
Okay, that's fine. So younger, that's fine.
Yeah. If you want to know when she was like born and how long she's been on the earth, you can ask, but that's a different conversation.
That's gonna be for a different time.
So you only rolled 1 success better than her, and
Mm-hmm.
neither of you rolled particularly well. And this is a persuade, so it's to get her to say the true thing.
She wants to know what she wants in return.
Yeah.
And she just wants it laid out flat, like nothing held back.
Well, you're gonna get one of those 2 things.
Slightly held back.
I have a vested interest in this area and the health of your domain.
And may I ask why that is? I appreciate it, truly I do, but this is my domain we are talking about, not yours.
Correct. But yours is one of the safer places for us to be. If the cam starts running around here looking for the Second Inquisition, what do you think they're gonna find?
I see.
So, for protecting all of us, for the protection of every kindred who deserves a stable unlife, I want to help you. Or you can go to the cam. Or you can figure something out yourself. I just want you to know the offer's on the table. But if you choose the cam over us, no threats. We can't do anything to you. And I think you know that at this point. But it would doom So many who just want to live. She's gonna roll a persuasion check against you.
That's okay.
We're gonna do this is like it's calling it social combat is like that's what it is. That's what I'm doing mechanically, but she's just trying to convince you because she's just trying to give you her argument.
Yeah.
She's very good at persuasion.
That's okay.
And I'm gonna say charisma over manipulation because she's not trying to manipulate you, she's just trying to state a point.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
I am gonna spend a
Do it what you wanna.
Okay.
Because I think to be funnier, I'm gonna contest it instead of just saying this is how she reacts.
Sure.
Just to actually, because
well, you do have to
anyway.
contest it because
Yeah.
she's going to deal willpower damage to you. If she succeeds. Okay, so that's 5.
5 successes?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
You let me
Okay, what do I
reroll. She
roll?
only had 2 before.
That's fine. That's fine. Tell me what you want me to roll then. In like
Contested would be composure. I would give you what would be good?
that's why I'm letting you.
I would say composure leadership because you are thinking of what might be best for your own people. Composure politics to see this as a political ruse, basically, to get her to do what you want. Which it may or may not be. That's unclear. Or composure...
Insight?
Yeah, or composure insight. For, like, kind of reading into her true... To grokking her true intentions without them, like, being impressed on you.
So I'm gonna be honest, I have 0 insight, so not that. So I am quite literally, with just doing composure or either one, I am rolling 8 dice.
Okay.
This is literally what I do. That is like her strong suit. So
You're a politician, it's good shit.
8d10. Please, for the love of God. Oh my God.
What you get?
Are you okay? Oh.
Wow.
Holy shit.
I was gonna go politics. But
So that's...
Work.
That's 10 successes. So in this contest...
does that beat a 5?
It does. In fact, you deal 5 willpower damage. Like, superficial willpower damage to Anita.
I'm so
Wait.
sorry. Anita,
The first-
Which is fine. Like, that doesn't have to be a mean thing. It just means that you are very much in control of this
You
conversation.
just literally have more willpower than her. Like,
Yeah.
that's just...
She is not backing down. Like, she is nervous about this, but, like, she is, like, not breaking eye contact, not blinking.
No,
like,
you
she
are-
is just...
In control.
This is what she does.
So
Holy
the
shit,
first
this is what she
two,
does.
the first 2 dice you roll are hunger, correct?
Every time, my hunger dice are at the very start, just so I can keep track of it.
Oh, so that's a messy critical.
Yes. So it would be,
Okay.
The first 2 are always, like, the first dice, depending on my hunger, are always my hunger dice.
That's
So the
excellent.
10 and the 2 are my hunger.
So that is an 8-point messy critical. So you succeed. You're in control of this conversation.
Yes.
But your beast is edging into this.
That is okay.
Socially.
God, that's actually really funny with
Socially,
Malkavian.
it is. What is your compulsion?
My clan bane.
No, your clan. The compulsion is the thing that happens when you bestial failure or messy crit.
Oh I actually do not.
Let's see.
Oh then, because I don't actually have that written anywhere. I'm gonna probably have to write this down on my sheet.
Come on.
Malkavian, crazy.
Compulsion variance 1311 or 311.
Oops, because I've technically never written one of these.
Yeah, no, this is one of the first ones for you. I don't think you've had, or
I've
at least
never
not,
had one.
but not since I remembered to read the errata.
Yeah, I have not had to do this.
I remember the Malkavian compulsion being bad.
Yeah, probably. I'm sure.
But I don't remember how bad, or even what it was.
Malkavian compulsion 5e.
7.5.
When a Malkavian suffers a bestial failure or compulsion, their curse comes to the fore.
We talked about this before. Very briefly.
This is also
Because your...
claiming I remember.
So, your Malkavian bit is that you believe that you're a god.
Oh no! Okay.
So...
no. Oh, this is bad.
I think this is actually a
Mechanically...
Oh, this is...
So mechanically, you suffer a penalty equal to your character's bane severity, which should be either 1 or 2.
Where's my sheet? Where's my sheet? Where's my sheet? 1.
1
It
to
is a
either physical, social, or mental. I'm gonna say mental. I think mental makes the most sense.
Mental makes a lot of
this.
sense
For
her specifically.
So those ideas, the ideas that you, and the strong convicted belief that you are a literal deity, are what give you such personal confidence and power in this moment. Because Anita's just like, I just want to help everyone, and you go, I am the one who helps. Everyone is my children, and they belong to me, and I will help them. And you I don't know if you consider Anita one of your children. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
I think at this moment, it's, if I'm gonna play off of this a bit,
Please.
because the cogwheels are going right now. If I'm playing off of this, at that moment, Anita becomes her child.
Okay.
And a mother helps her children, the children don't help the mother.
Yes! That's really good! Absolutely, that's very good. Also take an experience, because I'm going to start giving these out more like candy.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I think at that moment, it's after she says this, the beast kicks in, and like all the whispers and the murmuring she was hearing, dead quiet, and it's just, she finally hears herself again, I think. And it's speaking to her, and it says, you've done this before. For the centuries you've been alive, you are alive because you are stronger. You are alive because of your own power, your own strength. You've been through everything before. This is just another hurdle in your way to achieve godhood. And
Excellent.
I think, which sucks to me as a player, but I think... Oh, how am I gonna phrase it?
I think you can still definitely let her help if you want to, but you're definitely establishing that you are in control of this situation regardless.
I will think upon your offer.
Does your posture change at all?
It is a lot straighter, but in how's the weirdest way to say it gets a lot more feminine? Like, it
absolutely.
has a very elegant cadence after that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna kind of like try to invoke like living in the past. Me personally, I don't really know old vernacular, but she's using it.
Sure, yeah. Speaking like fucking
literally
old English.
Wait,
were you a baron of a specific country?
She was a baroness in England.
In England? Okay. Yeah, you slip into the old phrasing somewhat. Yes.
I am not using that because I don't have any on me right now.
Right, yeah.
But translated
Understood.
would be... she's acting a lot more ladylike, I'd imagine.
Sure.
I like to imagine that that is kind of how she acts when the beast takes over a bit.
The old ways.
I think it's a lot more interesting than just grr, hiss, rar.
Yeah.
Sort of like actual beast.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Because this is
a lot more
this is not
social of
a beast. This is your beast. This is the thing that your beast wants you to become.
Correct.
The goddess who feeds on whoever she wants.
Mm-hmm. And God, she would just kind of like outstretch her arms to the side and just kind of like smile, and like she looks as if everything is going completely according to plan.
Yeah,
like she
I
is
think
a
that
lot more relaxed.
I think that is the thing that gives Anita 5 points of willpower damage. Is just like genuinely unsettled by how fine you are with that. I'm gonna trigger Auspex.
Please.
For
For
you.
her or for me?
For you.
Ooh, okay.
You get the self-image. There is a literal, like, heavenly glow around you. As you do shit like that. And you look at Anita, and she looks weirdly, like, younger, almost more pitiful, less than, and, like, you see this idea of her, like, coming to you for help. And in your vision, she pulls... You see her pull a dagger out from behind her back and lay it down in front of you.
Can I add my own little touch? Pretty please?
Please.
I want, like, she looks at the reflection in Anita's eyes and she sees herself, but she sees light around her own silhouette. That there's, like, light in Anita's eyes as well, that she knows is coming from herself.
Yeah.
To, like, kind of, like, see that she even sees this light.
Absolutely.
But, like, other people are perceiving.
Yeah. And almost like the cobweb, you see people behind Anita. People who are attached to Anita. People who look at Anita almost like they look at you. And then you see them turn their eyes to you. The same way. Hoping. Wishing.
Oh, this is tough.
And then you're standing in an alleyway with Anita kind of like looking a little weird at you, like... Thanks for your consideration. You know where to find me. Sal can contact me. Do you want a phone?
It would be more dangerous if I held on to one.
Okay.
Than someone in my position.
Good to know. Then, yeah, like I said, you know where to find me.
Anita.
Huh?
Everything will be alright in the end. And she just smiles, but, like, not kind of like that creepy one, but, like, actually, like, motherly in a sense.
God, that's worse. That is worse. Yeah,
and
Anita's
that,
just like...
And then she disappears.
She goes. Silas. It's time to see how well you hit yourself.
Oh no.
Boy. My single success.
Okay. And... Okay. And... Okay. So, for most of the night, as far as you can tell, no one notices you. Trains go by, You are obscured from view. No one notices, no one sees. There is a, like, you hear footsteps at one point, and it's just like a train person, like maintenance person, inspection person. The kind of person who looks down the tunnels every once in a while. See if there are people down there or whatever. They don't notice you. Then you hear cop radios. And you chose to be hidden rather than be able to see whether people are coming.
Yeah.
Or be able to attack them. So you hear them get near. You can just kind of sense flashlight beams in your general vicinity-ish. But they pass you. And then you feel a grip on your shoulder.
Oh, God.
And you turn, and it's just this, like, very punky dude, like, ratted out jeans full of, like, staples and shit, denim vest, kind of a face.
He has a face.
He has a face.
That's a...
Dude, sick. I have one of those.
God.
Sick.
So, relevantly...
relevant to the face?
Well,
or?
immediate features. So, big hood on this, like... He's wearing, like, a weird hooded sweatshirt with, like, the sleeves torn off. Under the denim jacket. It's a look. And you notice, like... sharp eyes and this, like, weird gouge all the way down both sides of his face. And his lips are, like, pulled into this permanent snarl. Sylvia, if you were there, you would recognize this as Ray's. And he just grabs your shoulder and is just like, hey, what are you doing down here?
Oh, boy.
You look pretty fucked up. Did you not have a haven? Did you not have anywhere to sleep? What happened?
It burned.
Yeah, it's what the sun does.
No, you fucking idiot. My haven.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it sucks to have the Second Inquisition on your fucking ass, huh?
He looks at you.
Silas, I don't know if this guy noticed this, but Silas, like, had his bow and had an arrow notched to it. He takes the arrow and, like, puts it so that he can feel it against his chest. And is like, you...
The other vampire?
Yeah. He's like, you need to back off.
Okay. Good fucking luck. And unless you would like to make some sort of social check, he leaves you the fuck alone.
Yeah, he fucks off.
Good. I like that. I like that he leaves you the fuck alone.
Jeez.
No Nosferatu help for Silas.
Although, like, as a player, I really, really want that. I just
Yeah.
don't think that Silas would.
No, that's
Thanks.
fair. Yeah, that Nosferatu fucks all the way off.
Okay, bye.
What's your plan?
Silas has no plan, absolutely whatsoever.
Just gonna hang out in the subway forever?
Maybe, who knows?
I went.
He's up there now.
I think he sends a text to Vanessa. And he just says, "Are you safe?"
You do not get a reply.
like immediately don't get a reply,
You
or
do
like
not get a reply.
the whole night.
You never get a reply.
Oh boy.
Never, considering time constraints.
Right.
Like
yeah.
it. Given the time scale of, let's go ahead and say a week. Nothing.
Really. Oh, that's not good. I think, yeah, honestly, I think, for tonight, I think Silas just kind of roughs it. I think he is, like both like concerned and, well, more, he's concerned for Vanessa and kind of in shock about what just happened.
Reasonable.
Like, I think his first instinct was get the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Consequences be damned. And
Yeah.
then now he is just like, he has nothing to rely on right now as far as he's concerned.
This is true.
So I do think for tonight he just kind of waits, like hoping maybe that Vanessa will get back to him.
Okay. Maybe relevantly, Sylvia, I don't know if you've even seen Silas since you literally said, like, cool, you belong to me now.
I don't think he's shown. No.
Yeah. Okay. Thinking.
Yeah, there's a lot that could happen.
Yeah.
Potentially right now.
Sylvia, how much of what's going on... I think... So your compulsion lasts a while.
Probably. Yeah.
I think it typically takes... like the rest of the scene, right?
That's fine.
So that's...
I'm willing to extend
the
it for as
scene.
long as necessary.
So, like, probably that period of time, and then the preceding maybe like hour. Is there any action you want to take immediately?
God, I don't think so.
Okay.
She knows the location where the fire was. She can only assume, and like pretty much knows that it was the Inquisition. That's like the only thing that like logically makes sense.
And you're probably one of the only people who knows that information.
Yeah.
Other than Anita and, maybe some independent agents.
Mm-hmm. So, honestly, I think she just stays at Tartarus and just kind of reassures, like, the kindred there. Like, this too shall pass. Like, we are stronger as a clan. Like, we are going to get through this.
Trying to pacify the cobwebs somewhat.
Yeah. At
Sure.
least, like, in person to those that have come to stay there.
Okay.
To, like, continue
absolutely.
the compulsion.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. Because they trust you. They just do.
Also, it only gave me a mental consequence, not, like, any social.
It wouldn't give you a social con. If anything, I think it'd give you a social buff with other Malkavians specifically.
What I meant,
yeah.
Otherwise, she's gonna go to bed as normal.
Okay.
Like, like it was just a minor inconvenience at best.
In the next week.
Can Sal do?
Please,
a thing or
yes,
two?
absolutely.
Yeah. Should I make a rouse check first or something?
Sure.
Or... Yeah. Alright.
Excuse me.
Blades.
I succeed.
Good.
Alright.
Or
I
bad.
think
No.
Sal, when they wake up first, will first, I guess, wake up, text to Anita, just say, life check. You alive?
I'm good. Shit's fucked.
Fucked?
Fucked.
Question mark?
Feds burned down a house, maybe with someone in it. Something that you have learned from Anita, maybe directly, that she has very specifically been doing, is you do not text the words Second Inquisition, vampire, like you do not do keyword searchable terms.
Yeah.
What are some good textual replacements? I like feds. Feds. I don't know what she would use for kindred. Like,
Maybe just kin. Just straight up like,
yeah.
because that's just so broad.
Yeah, kin works.
Or fam.
Fam's
Fam.
pretty good, yeah.
Fam's
Actually, I think
good.
fam is good. Maybe with some fam inside. Talk to Sylvia. Might have a lot of shit to do in the next little bit. Gotta try and move before the cam if we can.
I believe in you.
Would they even want to say cam? Would that be too...
I think it has enough intersection with the mechanics
That's fair.
of the world communicating with each other online that it's hard to
Alright.
search, and like camera and like I think it
Webcam.
just has enough intersections that it's okay as long as it's lowercase c cam.
Just curious.
Yeah, no, good question though.
I guess Sal would text. I believe in you. But, if I may ask, do you have you remember the square you met on at the square I came with at the party?
Oh yeah, Gangrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
what's
that's
up?
his fucking clan. He's really
Oh yeah,
fucking-
y'all didn't. Okay.
He's secretive.
Yeah, no, Tavish has been poking around at his shit.
Awesome. You know if he's would you know if he's alive or not?
I can check.
If it's not too much of a hassle. No, you're busy.
Yeah, no. I'll get Duncan on it, see what's up.
Yeah. Yeah. See, it seems like an okay person. Don't want them dead.
Reasonable. Don't want any fam dead if we can figure that.
Ugh. Alright. If you need a break, you know where I am.
Finger guns.
Alright. I think Sal's gonna... I guess for tonight, do another... let me see. Just do a quick skate around the neighborhood at night.
Yeah.
And try to see if she doesn't see any more vans.
In fact, you see the same van. And you know it's the same van because you put a big fucking scratch in the side of it with a skateboard. New location, though. Different place.
Awesome. Is it any closer to to Sal's home?
No, just like different.
Sal's just gonna make a point of remembering where it is.
Okay.
And text Anita again with the 2 locations she saw the van. Sorry.
Noted.
Thought you might need this.
Definitely helps. You've got a crew, right?
Yeah. Couple of nice fellas. And fillettes.
They don't care much.
And fellas of
Fillettes,
ambiguous
oh my
and fellas of ambiguous nature.
Fellas of it's extremely good.
Oh my god.
Fellas of ambiguous nature. A+. Take an experience for that.
Yeah.
Also, Silas, take an experience for leaving Vanessa behind.
Oh, yay.
You're welcome.
I feel so fulfilled for doing so.
It's an important decision. I want to incentivize people making good decisions. Also, Constance taking experience for making up with Mary. Y'all did things today, okay? Y'all don't like cops much, right? I assume that I kind of got that from your vibe.
We make a point of
He literally
other-
grinded on the police car's possible car.
She doesn't know that.
We make a point of also spray painting dicks on any abandoned vehicles we see.
Sick.
So yes.
Do you want to do a big favor for me? Keep doing the
Yeah.
rounds like you have been. Take pictures of any cop cars or weird suspicious cars you find. Send them to me through, and she literally says like through Google, like Maps or whatever, so that they're like geotagged.
You got it.
Sick. I think she says actually like do that and send them to this, and she gives you like a different specific like account or number or something.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. And one more thing. Was Sylvia okay?
Like
They were... Last time...
okay, how? I think is Anita's response to that.
Emotionally? Saw them cry last time, for the first time.
Definitely didn't do that. She's seems like she's got a lot on her mind, but also seems like she's got shit handled.
Well, that's good. Thank you.
Kind of went a little weird at the end of the conversation, but like
Weird,
malls,
like...
right?
Did she give you the motherly look?
Kind of like that, yeah, but like way more intense.
Oh, shit. Are you okay? Again?
Yeah, I'm fine. You know, I'm fine. It was a little weird, but I can still kind of see it when I blink, and it's a little weird, but I'm fine.
When she gets like that, Sylvia, you can, Caroline, you can, add in on to this. Sal
What?
would, like, if you ever got that way around Sal would, like, call you mom firmly and tell you you're scaring her children.
Amazing.
Oh, shit. Ooh, I like that a lot, actually. No, absolutely keep that. 100% love it.
Okay. She just says, if she ever gets like that again, just remember, she believes legitimately that you are her child. And she will not harm her child. Play to that.
Oh, damn.
All right,
That's some
a
spicy info.
Okay, sure.
100% all for it.
I'll keep that in mind.
God, if you did that to Sylvia, that would stop her in her fucking tracks. That's good.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks.
70707. Good luck.
fucking cracks knuckles gif. It's the like the typing fucking
Yeah.
Cat
gif.
slamming paws on keyboard.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I guess she'll just get a couple of the crew together and just fuck around for the night.
Sure.
And maybe at the end take a little sip.
Sure. I'm gonna, just for streamlining, I'm gonna use whatever your normal pool is for that. 307.
What do you mean normal pool? Like, for what?
For Diva, right, is what it's called?
Have what?
Scene Queen.
Yes.
Manipulation plus persuasion.
Do
you have Herd? Did you take dots in Herd?
Yes, three dots in Herd.
3 dots in Herd.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
7
So
to 15 people.
you have the same size Herd as Sylvia does.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why.
I got it.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have to make that roll. That's fine.
Okay.
You figured that out. That's whack. But you only have 1 in Haven, right?
Yes, and it's also haunted.
Incredible. That's so good. That is so good. Like shitty Haven, but you've got Herd Despair. That's really cool.
Also, it's again haunted library.
Yeah. Yeah. It kind of sucks to be in. Definitely not somewhere you want to take people back to.
Yes.
Sure are ghosts in there. Okay. So, for the next little while, until things are resolved, the game's gonna be a little different. Any non-herd hunting you do is going to take a +2 difficulty. Because the Second Inquisition's on high alert in this area right now. If you want to go to other domains, you may, and the hunting difficulty will go down, but then you're hunting in other people's domains. So, discern from that what you will. Yeah, and that'll continue until things change. Silas, it's been like 2 days. Have you hunted at all?
Does rats count?
Do you have the Iron Stomach perk?
Probably not.
Iron Gullet.
Iron Gullet?
Wait.
Where the hell?
But that shouldn't have to do with, because Iron Gullet's shirt here. I have it up because it pertains to me.
Oh, okay.
Iron Gullet.
I don't.
I think also animal blood can work in certain
It
situations.
can.
It's a different thing. So with Iron
okay.
Gullet, it's cold blood, rancid blood, and plasma. It has nothing to do with
Okay,
animals.
cool. A dozen or more rats will slake 1 hunger.
I hate this.
It is explicitly listed the number of rats it takes to slake 1 hunger.
I think he slakes 1 hunger.
1 hunger?
And absolutely no more.
You have to hunt for that.
Okay.
That's your alley cat pool?
Sure. What is that?
Assuming you're like chasing down.
That's your hunt style.
That's your hunts. Yeah, literally just
Yeah.
like you're not like trying to coerce the rats. So I assume that you're literally like chasing down rats.
I have a bow too, yeah.
You do. Bow's gonna make it a lot harder to drink from them. Because they don't have a lot of blood in them, and any blood lost from getting shot with an arrow is blood you can't drink.
I suppose.
So that's strength plus brawl.
You're good at that.
You are good at that. That's why it's your preferred archetype. Or part of the reason it is.
That is 4 successes.
Yeah, that's plenty. Yeah, over the course of a day, you drink like 14 rats. And they're surprisingly hard to find. They are a pain.
That is surprising, because they are all over the fucking subways.
They are. Catching one, it's a little harder. Plus you're like deeper, you're not where the food is anymore.
Oh, that's true. That is very true.
Unless you want to just like run over the tracks, which is going to cause its own ruckus. Grab a rat, drink it while staring at the people waiting for the 9 o'clock blue line, and then slink back into the darkness. Which you may do.
That's how you become a cryptid.
Yeah.
It's true.
We couldn't get a good picture of him, and nobody's quite sure. There's this weirdo running around in the fucking subways.
Rat man, rat man.
Eating the rats whole.
Chicago rat man.
Chicago rat man. Noted. But yeah, you manage a dozen rats.
My question is, do you have anything for me? Because if not, I have
do.
thoughts. Okay.
After a couple days, unless you have something else you want to do in that time.
I think for a couple days he's lying low, and after that it is go time.
Yeah. Then probably before you decide it's go time.
Yeah.
There is a vaguely familiar shaggy gray cat that finds you in the subway. And just kind of stares at you for a second.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. McTavish transforms. He's fine doing that in front of you. And there is a tall man in a military jacket standing in front of you. Gray hair, speckled beard, tough look. You're alive.
Silas just kind of like holds out his hands like what the fuck? Like he doesn't say that, but he like makes that sort of gesture like what is this, you know?
I don't know. Anita said someone wanted to make sure you were alive.
What does Silas say? How'd you even find me?
Grins. There are fangs. It's what I do. Among other things. He rolled very well.
Yeah, no, that picture precisely. As a game girl, I'm allowed to look like that and do that.
Yeah, that's true.
I think Silas is just like he's stressed the fuck out. And I actually don't think that McTavish being here is helping that. I think his whole thing was like wanting to have gone himself and do things.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that he's been found again randomly,
yeah,
especially by somebody he told him explicitly not to follow him.
Yeah.
And he's just here.
Do you need somewhere to stay?
He just like rubs his forehead and is like, yeah, I guess. Somewhere that isn't the subway and the concrete underneath.
Yeah. No, I got you. He extends an arm, help you up.
He kind of groans, but he takes it.
McTavish is like holds on to your hand for like not. I imagine you do like the forearm grip.
Yeah.
Hauls you up and just holds on for a second to like because he's got your attention for a sec, and he's just like, I know we both fucking hate each other, right?
Hate's a strong word, but
All
sure.
right, maybe you're right. I don't hate you. But there aren't a lot of us here in the first place. And I just need you to know. Because you're really obviously a new blood. If you need someone to talk to, or do shit, or whatever, with all this, I'm the only gangrel I know who will talk to you, probably.
Silas kind of like cocks an eyebrow at that. Mind explaining why that is as we make our way wherever we're going?
Sure. Let's go as far as we can without shifting, because it's going to get a lot harder to talk after that.
I have like my shit.
Yeah. I don't remember how shapeshifting works. I don't know if it's like D&D where you get to keep all your shit or not. Otherwise, you would just be like nude, which would be kind of weird.
Not that way for werewolves, so I don't know how it'd be for vampires.
I'm gonna assume that it's
Take on physical properties of another creature and otherwise change their physical shape. Gangrel.
One rouse check to do it.
yeah, but do they get to keep their clothes?
I'm looking.
Anyway, while Hannah's
well,
researching
the clothes,
for
I
us,
assume. The
we'll figure it out. Don't worry about
it. The case full of weapons. Who knows?
He's got plans, if not. How much do you want a history lesson? How much do you just want to know how it is right now?
Oh God, I don't really have the mental capacity currently for a history lesson.
Reasonable.
So,
Cam doesn't like the gangrel. Cam doesn't like the Bruja. We wanted rights and shit. So, they decided, we left, and they decided to burn the motherfucker down. There are still some gangrel in the Cam, but basically all other gangrel in Chicago just went to other cities. Or are fucking living in the woods. I heard there might be a couple with the lichens. Which is kind of fucked up, but I mean, if they're living, whatever.
I was gonna say that's kind of sick that they're getting along, but
yeah, that's. I think it's a myth. Anyway.
I do have an answer, by the way.
Yeah.
Protein powers that change the shape or in other ways transform the body of the vampire also affect clothing, swallowed items, and other small, under a few grams wearables. Protein does not affect larger carried items, including backpacks, duffel bags, sports bags.
Okay. So, McTavish is not a nude man when he untransforms, but also your equipment's going to be an issue. If you want to transform to get out. Yeah, while you're walking and talking, McTavish is on his phone. He's texting. Yeah, so, like I said, few gangrel that are left. One's the sheriff. One's with Jackson. I think one's in somewhere in the fucking court. I don't know. And then there's me. And there's one other Anarch. Turned way too early, though. And there's you.
What was that? 6, 7?
Yeah, 6 right now. That we know of. There's always unaffiliated. That just happens. That was you for that's still you. I never quite figured it out. Was it your place that burned? I assume it's your place that burned down, right?
Silas just kind of looks like back and forth, like, why do you think I'm in the fucking subway? Hunting rats.
Look, it's... confirmation's important, okay?
You found me with what information?
You're not
even sure.
subtle.
I mean, that's not true.
My dude, you left 5 corpses in the open in the last 2 weeks.
I, as a player, don't recall this.
4 at the
Bathroom
docks and Bathroom Man.
Who is Bathroom?
Or not the docks, 4 in the warehouse district and Bathroom
the
Man.
guy you drank dry.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
I remembered.
Yeah.
You didn't even shift to get away from either of those. I wasn't even looking for you at the club, and I just saw you walk out of there with blood on your teeth.
What does a man your age go clubbing for? What are you doing?
Shut the fuck up. God.
Gotta energize the cartilage in your rusted knees? Like, what is this?
Fledglings.
Oh, God. He is actively debating whether he wants to do this.
This fucking
You are
school's not
alienating every single person who is trying to help you.
Yeah.
He's gonna roll for this. Do you have any points in etiquette?
Oh, almost certainly not. No, I don't.
How hungry are you?
We did not discuss that. I did.
You were at 0. You drank
2 days
1.
went by.
You have to make rouse checks to heal if you want to.
Okay.
Do you want to? Do you want to try that? Would you know to do that? Like, do you know that your blood can heal you?
Probably not. I think there's probably like a few things about vampires that he knows.
Yeah.
And that is not one of them.
Okay.
I think he thinks that's like a myth or
Then roll me like 1 rouse check for the last 2 days.
All right. That was a 10.
Okay, then you don't get hungrier. You haven't gotten hungrier, so you don't have any hunger dice. And you drink 1. I guess you're still riding off the high of the club.
Bathroom Boy was potent.
Oh, I mean, it's just a lot of blood. It's fucking, it's like a snake. You only have to eat once if you eat enough. Go ahead and roll me charisma etiquette.
All right. That is a single success.
Oh no.
Okay. Go ahead and take a willpower damage for me.
Bam.
All right.
God. McTavish stops and turns to you and very seriously just goes, I'm not helping you for you. I'm helping you for every other kindred who is going to suffer because you can't learn not to hide a body. And I'm going to give you one chance to start learning, or I'm going to kill you. And he's going to make an intimidation check.
I don't think he really needs to.
No, mechanically, he needs to. Unless you would like to choose to fail.
I think I would just fail that.
Okay. Where's my gangrel sheet? I think it's at this moment that you also notice that he's pretty fucking cut. This is a man who fights a lot.
I was gonna say cut as in has cuts, or is cut like a fucking gem?
Is cut like a gem.
Has angles.
1, 2, 3. Go ahead and take 4 more points of willpower damage.
What happens if that brings me to 0?
Let's see. If I remember correctly, you basically just lose agency. Come on. Why is this bad?
A character with no willpower points left is impaired, receiving a -2 dice penalty to social and mental tests.
Okay.
They still get to roll 1 die if required to roll their pool, as per the usual rules.
Okay. Yeah, so... Yeah, so if you choose to fail, he intimidates you, and you are intimidated. Like,
Yeah.
he's not lying, and you can tell in his eyes that this would not be the first time.
Yeah.
I think he just takes you in silence, then. Like, he's done talking to you. Yeah, and everything he said is true. He's not doing this for you. He's doing it because you are a danger to everyone around you.
Yeah.
You get near a subway station, and he points at your bow and your sword and says, pick one.
I think he picks his bow.
Okay. Yeah, he just, like, grabs the sword and just, like, rough chucks it into the dark of the alleyway.
Chicago News longsword found in Chicago.
Yeah. And he goes up the subway steps with you, and he's gonna cover for you stealth-wise to get you to a new hideout. It's like literally an abandoned apartment on like the far west side.
North or south?
South.
Okay.
Like, it will do enough to... It's got, like, blackout curtains. It's enough... It is exactly enough that you won't get burned by the sun when you sleep. It is, like, Haven a half.
Yeah.
No, I want it to be closer. It's still... If it's not in Sylvia's domain, it's close to Sylvia's domain.
Okay.
It's still... But it's in an abandoned apartment. That McTavish has rigged with, like, blackout curtains and shit. Yeah, and when morning rolls around, unless you do anything else, you both fall into slumber there.
I think the last thing that he would do would be like texting Vanessa again.
Okay. There's still nothing.
Oh yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
I think it's just he's still just hoping that she'll respond at some point.
Yeah. Sal, you get a text from Anita that just says, Tavish found your dog. Burnt, he's burnt but okay. Burnt but alive. Unalive? Whatever.
I hope, did he bite at all?
Not physically. Tavish is kind of pissed.
Is it okay if I go visit him?
Sure.
Thank you. The guy's a shit, but I don't... Like, the boy's a shit, but I don't want him gone.
He's got to get his fucking act together. We're pretty sure. We're pretty sure he's who pissed off the second. ... Want me to hit him with my skateboard? Yeah.
Awesome. Alright. Sal's gonna go visit Silas, I guess.
Immediately?
If an opportunity presents itself.
You've probably got time. Silas, when you get up, Tavish doesn't want you to leave the apartment.
I don't think I want to leave either.
That's reasonable. I don't think Tavish leaves the apartment. But yeah.
Just watches me.
Sal, you can show up whenever.
Yeah. This is just like a rundown apartment kind of place?
Yeah. It's just like a shitty old apartment that's got like the part of the reason it's like partially abandoned. It's a tenement where like different chunks of floors are owned by different landlords in some kind of like weird real estate scheme. And at some point, like, this middle section near the top just, like, fell through. So it's like, people in apartments, people in apartments, people in apartments. Weird, shitty place that no one should go unless they want to die. Weird, shitty, and then just, like, shitty apartments.
Sal stops at shitty place and just knocks and says, "Hey, Square."
Tavish opens the door.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big
not the Square. Sorry about that.
Yeah. You're Anita's friend, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Can I see the Square?
By all fucking means.
Thank you. And thank you in many ways for not killing him
Yeah.
right now. Yes, yet. I guess Sal will... how is it... I guess Sal will... Where is Silas right now? Silas, where are you?
I think he is, what would Silas be doing in this situation? I think he's kind of listless. I think he's like sitting on the... I don't know if they even have beds fucking up in there. But he's kind of like either on a bed or against the wall, on the floor. Excuse me. With like his arms around his knees.
Hmm. Sal will essentially knock on the door and enter, look at you and say, "Hey, Square."
Everybody's looking for me.
Sal will, do you look up?
Oh, yeah.
Sal will, like, golf swing, or at least attempt to golf swing her skateboard into your face.
My god.
Love that.
Can I roll for this, or
Wheels
do you want me to
first or
succeed?
deck first?
Wheels first.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Jesus. Are you dodging this, Silas?
Yeah, I have celerity.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that'll help.
Yeah, so if you want to roll for this, Sal, that's
Would this be
Dex
a
Brawl
light Dex Brawl?
or Dex
Okay.
Melee. Because Brawl is specifically unarmed and you do have a weapon.
Okay.
And I think Sal,
I see my
it's
opposed.
like I think it's Dex Athletics.
They're
And you've
for
got celerity,
Silas?
so you get like a +2, I think.
Is
I
that the
just-
case?
I just wrote rapid reflexes. I don't know what that means.
Rapid reflexes allows you to essentially act as if you have cover
Oh, against
when you're
firearms.
being shot at. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
essentially yeah.
Dex what again?
Dex Athletics.
I have one too many die. Oh wow. Okay, I rolled 4 8s and a 3.
Hmm.
So that's 4 successes.
That is 4 successes.
Okay. I'm going to use a willpower to re-roll for you guys.
Oh my god.
Alright, that's 4 successes, and I'm going to rouse the blood, if that's okay.
Oh my god.
Get his
You
ass
really want
down.
You really want to hit this dude in the face with your skateboard.
Yes, I want this. So that's just rouse check for another hit, for two more dice.
For 2 more dice.
Alright,
Of course
let's
you
see.
want to do it for Anita.
You're right.
Alright, first, the
In front of
rouse check.
McTavish.
Rouse check is a success. Okay. So, in total, with, let's see.
With a willpower and a rouse check.
So, okay, here's... Importantly, there are 3 10s among these. Oh, I'll just screenshot. But there are 3 10s. One is a... This is a messy
Hunger
critical.
die? Oh my god.
Am I gonna die?
No.
Blah, blah, blah.
I've already taken 2 aggravated damage. How much health do you have?
4 health and no willpower.
You only have 4 health?
Yeah, I took 2 damage.
Oh,
my
remaining. I thought you meant total.
Oh.
I was concerned. It's like
So,
fucking
that's,
glass cannon over here.
So first there were 2 10s. I rolled essentially a critical on my first roll. Re-rolls, I got 2 more successes. Succeeded the rouse check, then got another 10.
Okay. So the crits are in
rouse.
pairs. So it's 4 plus the 2 additional is 6 plus the last for the rouse is 7.
Is it?
Yeah. The 10s are in pairs.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
And then the 3-3-1 got rerolled into 6-5-8, right? So that's 4 successes total. And then plus the additional 2 at the end is 7. The 10 at the end would be up into 7. Skateboard would be an improvised weapon, I guess? Yeah, okay, so that's plus 0. So
This is superficial damage, though, right?
it is. So you hit, obviously. Do you intend to do permanent harm, yes or no?
Okay.
You did say
If you do, Silas is going to take 3 superficial damage and go to 1 health.
This is a bestial failure. May I kind of...
You mean a messy critical?
This is a messy critical, so...
Oh, then you don't get to decide.
Yes.
Um,
Do I also have to do a compulsion thing?
Yeah, you do. Let's see what that is. You're a...
The compulsion for the Toreadors is fixate on one
Beauty.
specific thing,
That's
and until
gonna
that
be
is out of sight, I
weird.
cannot talk about anything else.
Oh my god.
Although, let me look up what it
You're
is again.
super stoked that you nailed this guy in the face.
Yeah, Silas, some whack vampire shit happens. Oh my god. Okay. You get fucking trucked in the face with a skateboard, first off. And you do take 3 superficial damage. And you can tell that Sal is not in control of herself, like, kind of plainly. I think even McTavish is, like, up, like, what the fuck? And then, Sal, what do you fixate on?
I fixate on what I think was a sort of betrayal by Silas, as in
It has to be a thing. Like, a
I
thing
guess
that you
just
look at.
Silas is fixated on Silas, if that's okay. Let me try and look up.
Sure, no, that's fine. It'll be a little weird. Because the way that, like, the Toreador fixation work is you're just, like, talking about Silas and how cool and beautiful and wild Silas is. Which is a really whack thing to do after beating them in the face with a skateboard. Which is fine, because it's weird Toreador mindfuck shit. that your beast is doing to you, but it's kind of weird. If that's fine with you.
And that's what Sal has her eyes on.
Okay. Then yeah, you are completely fixated by Silas as this, like, icon of
a mess?
Sure.
Can I proffer a title?
Please
that
do.
It was gifted to me, Matt, by my boyfriend's roommate's father.
Okay.
Embodiment of entropy.
Interesting.
Okay.
I think that would be an interesting thing for you to fix up.
Embodiment of entropy, you said?
Yeah. I think
it's meaning all energy expends outward and everything will eventually come to nothing.
That's his character art.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's
Yeah. You are fixated on the fact that Silas is kinda doomed.
Sal will, I guess, lean down and say, we'll just look at you obsessively. If you want to say, like, eyes fixated on you, eyes fixated on yours, unblinking, and sort of just say, on the train, I gave you advice. I told you so much. I told you that we are all in this together, no matter what. And that I told you exactly where I live. I told you you could be there if you needed to talk. And yet for the past week, I never see you. I text my very good friend to find you and see if you're okay. And they do it. And I hear you, you little fucking dog. And they called you a dog. And when I asked if you bit the one who was if you bit the hand that was guiding you, they said yes. And that they sort of want you dead. What the fuck is wrong with you? You are doomed. You are just going to... You are incompatible with this entire fucking world. The way you are going to die. And you are going to die soon. And fuck, is it just amazing to watch this pitiful lump of a non-human being just flounder every single fucking possible challenge that comes with them. I mean, how did you survive? How have you been alive for, like, I don't know how fucking alive you've been. You look like you're in your 20s. How does anybody survive fucking 10 years in Chicago with that kind of fucking attitude? God! And Jesus Christ, I mean, look at you, you're covered in fucking mud and dirt. What the fuck have you been feeding on? Jesus fucking Christ!
Wow.
Like, you are going to just slowly or quickly whittle away to nothing, and
you don't have to keep going if you don't want to.
Sal literally, until Silas leaves her sight, cannot stop.
Can I interrupt this
please
speech? I think you absolutely bashed Silas's face in, and then you start going off like that, and Silas immediately is like, what the fuck? And you go off, and he's just like leaned over against the wall, like trying to nurse himself, looking up at you, listening to this, sinking down, and I think it's at the point where you get to say, like, you're doomed or whatever, and you blah blah blah. Silas, like, his demeanor changes, and he raises up very quickly, and he grabs you by your shirt, and he growls, and he's like, "Do you think I don't know that? Do you think I don't belong in this world? I know that. I am very keenly aware of that. So thank you for telling me all the shit that I have been feeling. And he, like, pushes you back. Since this shit happened.
Fuck, if you're fuck, I believe you're aware, and you're more fucking doomed if you acknowledge that and fuck. Again, you'll see that Sal is probably not in control of herself.
Yeah,
at this point.
that's one of the great things about this compulsion is not only is Sal not going to stop, she can't stop. Like, she is just going to keep going off on you, I guess, until you two physically cannot see each other.
I have a question. This is for the room. Because this scene is a lot, and I want to make sure that we're all comfortable.
I was also going to check in.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you've
sorry,
done that.
I was sorry. I'm sorry.
that.
I really should.
No.
I will be real.
I was probably getting a bit too.
No,
I don't know the traumas of everybody
that was
else here.
fucking incredible.
No, that was really good.
But it's also, like, that is a point where I would put up the moose ears and be like, vibe check. Is everyone okay? Because it's a lot.
I don't mind, like, continuing this conversation, but I just want to make sure that we're all okay to do so.
Yeah.
Yes, I do not want to trigger anything in anybody that they have possibly experienced in the past.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel fine.
All right, cool. I think vibe check passed. We're good.
Vibe check pass.
Yeah. I mean, I guess just keep an eye on, like, where it's going, but honestly, I think
Yeah,
it's
I have a very big question for Matt, the player, at the end of this scene.
Straight up pogging in the background this whole time.
literally just actually just went for his fucking throat. That is the most cutthroat I've ever seen Sal, and it's wild.
Sal
I
can be
love that.
so fucking
So good. Go off, Oomphy.
Also, that's very much Sal's kind of brand, being direct.
Capital D direct action.
Yes.
What the fuck?
That was Silas jumping on a motorcycle,
cool.
getting out of here.
Good to know.
Transforms bestial change into motorcycle.
It's a different game. Anyway.
The shape of a motorcycle.
So y'all are going off on each other.
Yeah.
Fucking fight me.
Oh, do you actually say fucking fight me?
No, Sal's 9. Well, actually, maybe that might actually come out. She would say like, "Fucking fight me." It would be more than anything you're fucking doing for yourself now. Because
How dare you say that to me? How dare you tell me that I am not doing anything?
you were fucking curled up.
I just lost one of my best friends, possibly. I just lost the only shelter that I have here.
Yes, and whose fucking fault was that?
Oh, and it's mine for the situation that I'm in? We're gonna fucking victim blame here, Sal? Is that where we're going?
For the fucking stupid shit you did, maybe.
You know what? If this is how you want to be, get the fuck out of here. I realize that my situation is absolutely cataclysmically fucked, and I am still trying to find a way. I am just lost right now. And if you want to sit here and fucking berate me while I'm in the middle of it, then you can get the fuck out.
Can Sal physically leave?
No.
Make me.
But, okay.
Make you.
I think at this point McTavish steps in. I think it's around this point where McTavish is just like, this is not good for anyone. And he, like, just physically puts himself between the two of you, and is just, like, firm hand on Sal's shoulder, and it's just like, I think you should go.
Sal, like, breaks line of sight, so the compulsion ends at that point, correct?
Yeah, you put a big brick house between the two of you, and then the compulsion ends.
Sal, like... Sal's legs seemingly turn to jelly, Silas. You can't see her face, of course, because of brick wall. But...
Well,
She's
he's
just,
probably,
like-
turned around, too.
Yeah, he's facing Sal. Oh, you mean Silas is turned around?
Yeah, like,
Oh, okay.
he steps in front, and Silas just kind of turns around and is like, finally, that's done.
Alright. I think Sal just, like... kind of just shakes in a while in McTavish's grip and just, like... mutters, like, shakily... That wasn't me. That wasn't me. And just sort of fucking runs.
As you're running out, Silas is like, you know what's really sick? Is that was you.
Fucking hell. Fucking mental damage. Sal takes mental damage.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and take a superficial willpower damage if you want to.
I'll take 2.
Alright. Call me in the morning. Yeah, you leave. McTavish closes the door. And you go back to sulking, I guess.
Yeah, I just got
Yeah.
the shit kicked out of me. In a lot of different ways.
Hey, Matt, the person.
Yeah.
So, Silas, in review, Silas has goaded, unintentionally, but goaded, the Second Inquisition into arriving on this territory. If the Camarilla find out, they want him dead. The Anarchs haven't found out whether they want him dead or not. And you have alienated everyone who wants to protect you. Where do you want to go with this character? Or do we want to make good on the promise that this is a doomed character?
I think at a certain point we do make that promise. I don't know when that will be. But I think...
You want to keep going with Silas for a little while longer?
Yes?
Okay.
What's the alternative? Like, what are you
We kill
thinking?
Silas.
Oh, like right
McTavish
now?
wants to kill Silas.
Oh, wow.
Because
I
seeing
will-
all of that, McTavish thinks that you are much more of a threat to anyone and everyone involved. McTavish's whole thing is he protects his people. And he no longer believes that you are worth protecting.
Okay. I will say, here's how I want to respond to that.
Mhm.
Because I think whatever feels right for the characters to do makes the most sense to do.
Okay.
Right? Like if you think, oh, Sylvia has,
Yeah, please.
Caroline has something.
If we want to keep him.
If we want to keep going at least with his character for a little bit, Sylvia's not aware you were the one that brought on the Inquisition. She just knows they're here, and she knows there's a fire, but she didn't know where you were. She didn't know who was involved. The only people that know right now are Sal, McTavish, and Anita, as of right now that we know of.
Yeah.
Just a thought. It's
Yeah.
up to you at the end.
Yeah, like we're saying all these things. I don't think he can be doomed.
He absolutely can be.
He can be doomed. He doesn't have to be doomed.
Yeah.
Should I take a stain?
Would this be-
For be civilized?
Yes.
But that... Would you get a stain, though, because it's your compulsion? Your compulsion
Yeah,
made you do
you
it.
absolutely would.
Oh, you would.
That's one
Never
of the
mind.
things,
Big
is when you
word.
frenzy or take compulsions, then, like,
You
even
get
when the
stains.
beast takes control of you, you can acquire stains, depending on what you do. Or rather, depending on what your beast makes you do.
When I think of be civilized, I definitely think of more. That one's kind of borderline.
Yeah.
But
It's typically
Sal-
more... I think it may not make sense as much generally. I think it definitely makes sense for Sal specifically. Because it is so out of character for Sal to do herself.
Mm.
Especially considering the way she reacted immediately afterward. Like, the way she reacted, that's a stain. That's the effects of a stain. That's what that does.
Mm. I gotcha.
If you're okay with that,
Right.
Eli.
Yes.
Cool.
Where do I mark down stains?
You
do I
mark
just,
them
like...
on the right, so on your,
Oh, okay, right to left.
yeah,
okay.
on your humanity tracker.
Alright, sorry, interrupted important Silas
that's all right.
decisions.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like the potentiality for what Silas can do.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think, like, I have made this character in a very specific way and for a very specific end goal. And if that end goal is right now, I will
Are
say
you
he's
okay
not
with
going to
that?
go down. Yeah, if he's not going to go down without a fight, though.
No.
You know. And I don't know what that's going to look like, but
You have 1 health.
I know.
So McTavish has 2 primary weapons, and that is a machete and a shotgun.
Amazing.
You're fucked.
Let's roll for it.
Okay. How many times
I
can
wanna see
you
what
rouse? How many times can you rouse in one action?
Once per roll.
Once per roll. Okay.
I will say, I will be. Not my decision. That doesn't matter. My voice does not actually matter in this. I will be disappointed that we never got to, like, interact. If you just straight up beef it. Because that would have been juicy as fuck.
Also, I'm really sorry, Matt.
No.
It wasn't you. It was your beast.
No,
more than anything
absolutely.
else.
And honestly, that's a fucking... It was such a good...
I mean, okay, because, like, straight, like, environmentally, right? Like, Silas is a ball of fire right now, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
the
let's not-
only thing he can do for a lot of people is bring heat. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, it's just really interesting.
Like, this is not anybody's
causes
fault,
drama.
except for, Silas.
Yeah, Silas.
Frankly, like,
He
that's
was a
just...
neon sign from the start.
Like, we knew this when we were doing character creation.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Tavish. Tavish is rolling. Where's Tavish? I don't think he
also just
warns
wanna
you
say-
either.
Oh, that's fine. I also want to say while this roll is happening, Eli, that, like, I think that scene was really good. Like,
Thank you.
It's a cool moment.
you know, it was like how when Hannah and I would go at it as Amity and
Lord. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good.
you know, like that. I felt no, like, personal attack during that. That I know that was character to character.
Okay. I'm happy that you're okay with it. I don't usually do that.
But the thing is, it was also so perfectly in character, even with the beast.
Yeah.
I loved that. Star that.
Yeah, that's Star. Everybody's fucking
There have
perfect.
been some
roleplay.
really
Holy
good
shit.
compulsions tonight. And I kind of love that.
God, it's been so long since I've played a game where character death is on the table. All right, I'm rolling.
Let's go.
It's 5.
Okay.
Is
he using a gun?
He sure is.
Okay, I do have celerity. I do have.
You do. You do.
Catch reflexes. So
yeah, Dex athletics, and you don't have any disadvantages, like you might normally.
And I take +2, right?
No.
With that. Oh, what does that do?
You just don't suffer a penalty. Normally you would.
Oh fuck! So I have to roll 5. I would like to rouse.
Okay.
That was a 3, so I don't get to. He might just die right here.
No, you just get hungrier, and you still get the benefit.
Oh,
that's how rouse checks works. You always get the benefit. It's just sometimes you get hungrier.
Okay.
Because you're pumping blood into those things.
I know what we want, Dice. I know we want him to die, but not yet.
You're out of willpower.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh no.
Boy.
I rolled 4 successes.
As soon as Sal leaves the room, he pulls a sawed-off out of his jacket, turns around, and blows your head off.
Well.
Oh my god.
Does Sal hear the shot?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
God. Oh my god.
Sal runs faster.
Oh.
Oh, she left the board behind also.
Okay.
I don't know why that's very funny to me, though. Just a blood-spattered board next time you get it.
Oh my god.
I think that's maybe an appropriate place to end the session for today.
Yeah.
My god.
Matt, if we want to work on making a new character, I have some easy ideas, but I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Specifically, like I have some characters that might do well just like sliding in, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh my. That's the first time we've had an actual character death with all of us.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Before.
Wow. Huh.
It was a lot, and it was a long time coming. Just because of a lot of the I every session, every once in a while, it was just like not knowing the extent to which things are going to happen. Every once in a while, it's just like,
that's a lot.
when's shit gonna have to hit the fan? Because it's building, and it's gonna happen eventually.
Damn.
How's everyone feeling? I'm gonna soft end the session. How are all of our players?
I mean, that was amazing, but I'm kind of in a sort of, nothing in an emotionally bad way, but I'm sort of in shock, like at the shock you get at the end of a fucking...
Yeah, like a cliffhanger, like that was
like
a
a...
big
I don't know. Look, I don't know how many people have watched Game of Thrones, but end of Red Wedding,
Ooh.
where person gets killed off in just a gut kind of shock plus gut punch plus. Where is this gonna go? I'm also really, really excited to see what happens, because there's a lot's gonna happen with Sal now, and Sal might be in danger. I feel.
Could be.
Like, from herself.
I'm sorry Constance didn't get, like, a lot to do tonight.
That's okay. It happens.
I would like... It feels like I'm fucking eulogizing. Silas was super fun. Super fun
Silas
to play
was
with.
great.
It was a really strong concept.
Yeah.
That...
Yeah.
Wow. And is still going to be such fuel for drama.
Well, yeah, because that's gonna cascade into more. Like, it doesn't just end. It's gonna become a thing.
I mean, this is going to bleed over into Stars and Wishes, but I'm really curious to see. I think my favorite thing from that scene was actually the final thing that Silas said.
Yeah, that worked so fucking much.
Because that was true to how Silas feels.
Yeah.
Like, Silas feels like vampires are monsters. And when Sal says, "That's not me," he's just like, "That was you. Like, that is you," you know? Like, you can't separate that out. And that just... I'm so glad I thought of that. That was so good.
But it's also like, that's also introspective. Like, that is also true of Silas, especially in this session.
Yeah.
Like, when Vanessa is worried about that shit, and Silas is just like, it's fine. There's that on the inside. This is you. This is who you are now.
Yeah.
And refusing help every step of the way. Every single step of the way.
Talk about fucking... oh... Opposite of yes and. No.
Yeah.
No and. No and fuck you for asking.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, like, so part of the reason that I wanted to suggest, because I thought it was time. I think it was a good time, because of how many outs I have put into the game for Silas that he has refused at every single point. Like, you can get off the ride whenever you want, and Silas said no.
Yeah.
I think
really
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I have a very personal experience with someone who acts like that. So it's very interesting to, like, play through that and, like, know exactly where to step in line with it. So it's a really, really
The music.
fun.
The music, I don't know. I think we found some sort of witchcraft playlist because it is always accurate.
Yeah.
It is constantly shifting tone and yet always perfectly correct when the time is right.
I'm sorry, it just hit, and I'm like, God, we're really at a fucking funeral right now.
I was like, thinking about, like, there's, like, the one section of the music where it's, like, bells ringing. I was like, like, that could be... something about that is perfect. It's just, like, being in the domain. Just, like, the church chimes every, like, fucking hour or some shit. Like...
Mm-hmm. Fuck.
Good.
That was really good. Matt, thank you very much for trusting me with that character and with this play.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, the fact that this is our first relevant character death in, like, a game that we have played over the last 3 years is kind of wild.
Yeah.
I don't like killing characters. That is, like, you know, the DM, like, typical, like, meme DM is just like, I want to murder. I don't like that. I'm really bad at that. I'm not gonna lie, I fudged some numbers in Kyla so people didn't get hurt sometimes.
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
totally get that. Absolutely.
Well, and part of that is because, like, their arcs weren't done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silas's I kind of felt like it was. Especially with that line. And it's always going to be cut short. It's always going to be sooner than you need to, but I think that
Yeah.
I don't think it was unsatisfying.
I don't think so either.
I think I'm still coming to grips with that. I felt like there was more to explore, but maybe that's also just the fact that, again, I just didn't get to interact with Silas.
Yeah.
So it felt like that there was something more there that could have been done, but that's also just...
Also, Silas, as a character who refuses to participate in vampire society, is also just kind of a hard character to interact with.
Yeah.
I don't want to argue this because I don't want to put myself in the spotlight. I would say Matt and I have the hardest characters to play.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
I would agree.
I would say
kinda agree
he and
with
I
that.
have the hardest characters to play in this setting right now.
Yeah.
Sylvia's just checked into literally everything that is happening. They are the focal point, and Silas is just the conduit by which everything goes wrong.
He is the embodiment of entropy.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, me and Sal do. I don't necessarily want to say have it easy, but it's definitely like y'all had weirder roles to play.
Oh, we just have kind of
We are
difficult.
not as
Oh my
key to the progression of the plot.
See,
kind
I
of
would
act
disagree
like-
there. I would disagree there.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
do too. I just think that your involvement is not as
Prevalent?
politically powerful
Correct.
as what me or what's especially Sylvia. Anything Sylvia does is just like
My entire character is just political and social. Everything
Yeah.
else, she honestly, with how McTavish rolled, Sylvia would have been taken down to 1 health. Easy. She would have been like on death's door. Like she has no power in that.
Mm-hmm.
Her
Mhm.
only driving force is her age and how she can talk. And that is it.
Yeah. Well, and we've talked a little bit before in previous campaigns about, like, each one kind of having, like, a lowercase p protagonist. Like,
Mhm.
just kind of being a character that the plot revolves around.
Yeah.
And in Kyla, that was Staldar for a lot of the
Staldar,
campaign.
yeah.
And for Firefly, that was Lynn for a lot of the campaign.
Mhm.
And for this campaign, it's kind of Sylvia.
Yeah.
Because partially because she's very much in control of the smaller setting of the game. She has a lot of power both politically and personally, so there's like a lot. She just has a lot going on. And again, feel free to reach out if you ever want help or anything with stuff.
I absolutely may because I have a week left at work.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to go on a road trip, so it might be a little busy in the immediate future.
That is okay.
But yeah, feel free to shoot me messages. Yeah, that was wild. Do we want? We kind of spent the last like 5-10 minutes debriefing. Do we want to do Stars and Wishes?
I would
Yeah.
like to.
Okay.
Can I add something in?
Please.
Could we also add one thing we really liked about Silas?
Yeah.
Really done well. Is that okay?
Yeah. May I
think
start?
I'll
Actually,
do it.
I don't think I've ever started Stars and Wishes.
Please.
Yeah.
Stars.
Let's start with Silas. That's one of the fucking strongest character concepts I've seen in a really, really long time. Is a character who stands against the society that the game is meant to be played inside, is for almost any other role player, I would never allow a concept that contradictory to the game itself, and you made it work super well. And I think Silas was an excellent character that will have ramifications for the rest of while we are playing Vampire, and that's awesome.
Wow, that like gave me chills. Thank you.
Stars. Fuck. It's hard. It's gonna be hard because I don't. Is saying Silas getting killed the star?
Feels weird. Feels weird,
Right.
man.
And I also
I
don't
don't
think
care.
it's. I also don't think it's super true. I don't think that was my favorite part of the part of the session. I really liked Sylvia's critical success. I think that was a great moment where the dice and the role playing and the situations meshed in a way that produced a very cool narrative moment that would not have happened without both the systems and the players there to support it. Especially given Sylvia's character bits, which are also, I think that went really well.
Thank you.
Wishes. I hope I can help Matt make a cool character that'll fit into the campaign after this. I hope we can find you a place where you will have fun, but in a different location, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's my wish, is that we get a smooth transition into a new character. Matt, you can go next. You also have to say something nice about Silas.
Compliment yourself.
Oh my boy.
Compliment your roleplay.
God, what's the thing I liked about Silas? I really liked Silas's mindset, because it is such a weird one to be in, where like you are a part of a thing that you don't want to be a part of. You hate what you've become, essentially, and that is such a like rough mindset to be in, and then to like try and play that character. It was just really interesting. I really enjoyed that, because it made all of the interactions with all of the characters really like terse or really uncomfortable in a way that I don't think any other character has ever role played, at least of mine, has ever like had that role play experience.
Mm-hmm. Did you have fun playing vampire tonight? Fun's a word.
I will say briefly,
yes.
like this has some very like end of Uncut Gems feel to it, where it is just there is a low horror to it that I was not expecting, but I am still satisfied with it. So I think that is one of my stars. I think this was a good end for Silas. Maybe I would have wished it to have been later and done more cool things with him, but like it fits, it works.
Cool.
The wish that I have is I wish that Sal has I hope that Sal has like thoughts and feelings and that those are explored, because if you take a stain from something that you do and like willpower damage from like not even an attacked roll of what I say, or what Silas says, like that's I think that would be really, really interesting to play around with for your character. I hope you do that. That's my wish.
Red. All right. Hand in hand.
One nice thing about Silas. I was always excited to listen to the Silas parts of the sessions. Like, every time that Silas came up to bat, I was like, yes, 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 yes. Always excited to hear what the fuck Silas was gonna do. Genuinely, some of my favorite stuff so far has just been Silas does a thing, even if I'm not there. Overall stars. Everyone's roleplay tonight. Strong fucking roleplay tonight. Strong, like, visuals. Like, this is a very, like, it's always imagination heavy, but we had some moments tonight where, like, things were super visceral, and I liked that.
Yeah.
Like, the Sylvia and her visions, and then the last bit, it all felt very visceral. Could really just, like, picture it all. Wishes. I'm so torn about tonight. Like, I think what it is I'm just hungry. I'm hungry for more, and it's bothering me. It's making me like, like I wanted more conflict somehow, even though it's literally all we're fucking. It's all conflict. I want to see more action.
All right. Oh, good. There goes Silas.
The Headless Horseman.
The Headless Horseman.
Oh my god.
Sylvia.
Hi.
Not Sylvia. Caroline. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Silas.
Lady Kento.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I think... Oh, God. I don't want to say it like this because you only played him for, like, such a short while, but I think that's my favorite character that you've played so far. Just because I don't think any of us would have given him the same justice that you did.
Yeah.
I don't think any of, like, the four of us remaining could have done that.
No, I wouldn't be able to play a
That
character
is
like Silas.
such a you character, and I adore that. I personally, me as a player, I loved that you played him not as a vampire, but you played him as a vampire hunter, basically.
Mm. Oh, you know what? Yeah, because, like, sorry, you're...
Please, continue.
I think what I'm so stuck on is that Silas was never going to be a dynamic character. I'm a person, I like character arcs. I like when characters go through an arc, and Silas was never that, though. Silas was a flat character, and that's actually really smart. You know what?
I wanted to think he... I'll talk about it later.
Well, that also depends on the intentions, and I don't think the intentions were for him to be a dynamic character who wanted to grow and change. Unless I've completely misread. Well, and now he doesn't really get the chance, does he?
I mean, I can answer that question for you.
I'm curious.
It doesn't matter.
You know, man, shut up. Your character's dead.
Oh my god! Oh my god! The church bells are ringing again.
Look, she's out of line, but she's right.
Can we turn off rhythm for a moment?
Oh yeah, we can make rhythm go away.
Oh, man.
Oh my god!
Well, to like answer that question, I think had Silas been given more playtime, there would have been the want and the drive to do something. But that's something I think it would have only ever come from the perspective of I am a human who is suffering. I don't think it would have ever come from I am a vampire. I think him getting to that point would take a lot.
Yeah. Completely
Totally
fair.
sense. Absolutely makes sense. So, oh man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm sad to see him go. Not because like it, just such a good character, but I love that dynamic that Silas and Sylvia had. I'm gonna be honest. I loved it.
I'm excited to see how Sylvia reacts.
Oh, don't worry. I already have a plan. Oh, don't you worry. I already have a plan. I'm gonna be sad that it's not there. It's, oh man, that's gonna be fun for, like, the start of next session as soon as she finds out, because she will find out pretty quick, I imagine. Especially with Sal there.
Yeah.
But,
Sal's heading directly towards you, by the way.
good to know. Good to know. I'm gonna be sad to not have that there. I think probably my favorite thing was the one scene where I did use Dominate on you. I'm gonna be honest.
That was a good scene.
I think that was like our strongest scene together. just because like it was all information on the table, no holds barred. And I think that was just perfect for the both of them. That is the best way we could have roleplayed the both of them. And I love that.
Yeah.
And I'm very sad that I'm not going to have you during, like, that arc for her going forward. But I'm interested to see how this new character could fit in, if at all. So we'll see. But thank you very much for playing him. I enjoyed him very much in the time that he was alive. Or unalive. But I'm just... So, yeah. Stars. Again, very heavy roleplay session. I love that. I'm gonna be honest, I was really unsure about the compulsions. I was like super duper unsure as soon as Sylvia's hit, because I'm like, oh god, this is gonna be a nightmare. I'm a little worried with how she's gonna take it after that, but I really like how Sal and Sylvia played it out, basically, or how Eli and I played it out, specifically as our characters. I think they were both really strong. That was definitely a star. Wishes, God. I don't know that I have many right now, honestly. So instead of a wish, because I don't really have any going on right now, I'm gonna give what I saw as like the thing, like if this was like a TV show sort of thing, like the final scene almost, where it's like you don't even see what happens. You just have a close-up of the skateboard, you hear the shotgun, and the blood splatter on the side of the skateboard, and then fades to black.
Very PG-13 character death.
Yeah.
And that's all I imagined it as.
Oh. That's much better than what I had in my head.
Sure. I mean, not getting your head blown off, you know, it happens. But, I'd honestly really would like to open up with Sal and Sylvia, if possible, next session. I guess that's my one wish.
Yeah, absolutely. We can do that.
But, like, yeah. Yeah. That's about it, guys. Damn.
Sick. Eli.
I did really like Silas. He bordered the line of being hilarious with a sort of horror to the character that I think didn't always appear to me, because again, the way Sal always saw Silas was just a hilarious mess. And that kind of bled into the way that I saw Silas in a way. Someone who was a mess, but who was gonna have to be dragged to get better, dragged to getting better, to just, I guess, become better. And I think there was a sort of mixture of humor and horror to that. Watching Silas, I remember you described him at the party as white boy dancing, being so out of place and a fish out of water. It was amazing, but but of course it contrasted amazingly with, I guess, the grim reality of the situation Silas is in, completely unable to enjoy themselves and fearful of what they are or what's going to happen to them. I'm rambling, but I just think it was an amazing dynamic for me to watch play out. And I didn't expect it to end that way, and I'm kind of happy I didn't, because this is probably the most... I never expected this to happen, and I'm really happy that you were able to lean into Silas the way you did. You played him phenomenally. Wow. That's, I really liked it. And thank you for trusting me. And letting me get close to Silas as well. In my aggressive role playing.
You're not the first person to do that.
I know. No, but I know that's the first time I've done it with been aggressively role-playing with somebody like that, and thank you. Sorry.
Oh no, thank you. Before you continue, and I have to say this. Thank you, like everybody, for saying what you've said. Like especially you, Eli. Like now I'm just like lightly crying.
Oh.
It's very, very nice of you to say. So.
Pat.
Yeah. Stars, everything. Yeah, the thing. I mean, also other specific moments. For one, I guess the bit watching Sister Constance interact with Sister Mary is fascinating. In that I keep having to remember that Sister Constance, I don't think she's nearly as good of a person as or holy of a person as she thinks she is.
Well, I hope everyone gets to interact with Sister Constance more, because I think she has far more fascinating worldviews than anyone actually knows yet.
Yeah, I really want to get to know Sister Constance.
I don't think
I'm so
we've
I
scratched the
guess
surface.
I'm excited for Investigation Squad coming soon.
that's a wish. So that's also a wish. Stars, Sylvia's goddess, sort of goddess mother of everything complex, sort of not delusion, but just.
No, it's a
what's the word?
delusion.
Oh, it absolutely
Sylvia's
is.
not a god.
She's not. She
That's
is
just a fact.
a
Yeah.
kindred. She just, again, Malkavians have some sort of mental defect, and hers is just, don't worry, I will save you.
Yeah. I really loved seeing that play out, not just in the way you spoke, but also physically and I guess in image. Cole and Caroline, the way you constructed that image of her sort of godlike presence of the holy aura, as it were, when she was I want to say not overpowering, but just like just when with the critical success, it was inspiring. It was just a striking image that I have a terrible span of memory. So, but it's wonderful. It was a great image, and I really hope I don't forget it.
Oh, thank you.
Red.
And wishes. I want to get to know Constance, and I really hope to do justice to the scene that I just played out.
Well, your friend group has a vacancy. So time to acquire a new friend.
I
want to
mean,
know.
Eli, if you want to talk about like us starting the next session, like kind of like what's going through your character's head, what's going through my character's head, so we can kind of get like an idea, I'm absolutely all for that.
Sure, I can tell you briefly just right now if you want.
If you want to do it during the recording or not, it doesn't matter to me.
So,
Okay.
I don't know. I think this would be fun to talk about because I think I've made the decision that I'm not gonna incorporate it into the future of the campaign. Vanessa.
Oh, that was a big. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
That was one of my wishes
Yeah.
actually, and I completely glossed over
That
it.
was terrifying.
So,
That's one of my wishes actually.
if Silas made it out, which I was fairly confident he was going to do, Vanessa would have gotten taken in by the Second Inquisition.
I figured, yeah.
And then that would be its own thing. Which came up with the interesting rules question. Do you gain the stains for a touchstone coming to harm if you don't know that they've come to harm?
What was
No.
my...
Right? Because if you don't know, then
Yeah. You
then
can't-
how would it affect you? I think
Yeah.
that absence, like the
Well-
fact that she's missing, maybe could have given you stains in the future, but like it's whatever. But considering that I don't know if it's like a gleam of hope or whatever, but like now that Silas is gone, I much more enjoy the headcanon that Vanessa got away. And is like doing her own shit.
Honestly, one of my wishes was to get back to that point. Even with Silas gone, I think that could be a really interesting, like, blind. None of us knew her, but, like, if it was, like, implied, like, we run into her or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I think that could have been really interesting just to, like, have happen. But
Yeah.
even just hearing that, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I don't like the idea. It's just like, Silas is dead. And also, Vanessa is indefinitely in super jail. Like, that's probably maybe not. That's not the vibe I wanted. I want that. Even in that character who is now semi-permanently off screen.
Yeah.
I don't like that as a conclusion. Thank you, everyone, for playing very much today. That was a kind of a long one and a good one.
Yeah.
I have a road trip that I need to leave for tomorrow morning, and I have to debate whether I want to shower now or later.
Okay.
But... Oh, I need to stop the recording. I don't remember to do that.
That's just in there now.